Hello everyone, the Nintendo Switch 2 has been officially revealed, so what better activity to do now than look back at the long history, and boy has it been a long time, of Nintendo Switch 1 first-party published Nintendo games. I really just want to look back. I want to take a trip down memory lane. I want to remember all of these games. We're going to be putting them in a tier list, of course. That is, I think, what the people want. But we love this. Look at this wall of delightful games behind us. This is going to be a great time. This is my tier list. It'll probably change as we go. Once I start to build it, I think I will understand it more and more. But without further ado, let's just start reminiscing. Let's see how we feel about these games. To introduce the concept to everybody, I just want to say that the first tier is special, okay? Not every single great Nintendo Switch game is going to be special, okay? You can be a crown jewel, a 10 out of 10, but not be special. To be special, it's got to make my heart sing. Okay, and everything just kind of descends from there. Ew is very bad. Buh is obviously better than cruh. You know, there's buh, and then there's cruh. Yeah. And I don't know is saved for the games where I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe I didn't play it. Maybe I only played it a little bit. Maybe I'm just like, I don't feel comfortable putting it on my list. Okay. Here we go. What about the games you have played? Let's get started. We start from the top, and I love that it happens, okay? Yeah, a lot of these will fall into the I don't know, but if I feel I understand this game without having played it, I'm putting it on my list, because this is my damn list, all right? And I don't need to have touched a game with my fingies on the buttons to know where it should be in my personal Nintendo Switch tier list. And I know every YouTuber around is going to be like, oh, Jake, that's not being objective and smart. I don't pretend to be either one of those things here. All right, let's get started, everybody. 1-2 Switch, a launch title for your Nintendo Switch alongside these other two, Snipperclips and The Legend of Zelda. So where are we going to put 1-2 Switch to start this list off? Maybe it will move. Maybe it will move. It likely will move as we develop the list further, but let's talk. So 1-2 Switch, I think, is a game designed to be played with normal people. It is not a gamer's game. It is a game designed to be brought out of a cabinet, like a deck of cards, like a board game, and to be played with people that don't need to have fundamental comfort with Joy-Con, with controllers, with pressing buttons. And I think that 1-2 Switch is better at that than people give it credit for. I think that this game has a bad reputation, but I think a lot of the minigames in this title are actually quite fun. The kind of marquee minigame is the draw, and then you shoot and you look at each other. You play the game looking at each other. You pull your Joy-Con up and you go and you shoot the trigger and you get them, and you want to get them as quickly as you can after the person says draw. That game like works. It like fulfills the promise of what it's supposed to be. There are some stinkers. There's like a fashion one where you're like walking down a runway that kind of sucks. And I think that the way the game is organized, how there's not a lot of like structure outside of the mini games itself, that could use some work. The one where you're eating the sandwiches with the little camera, good idea. It doesn't quite work. I still think it's fun to do though. And then there were a couple of other games. The one where you put the Joy-Con on like on a surface, and then you try to answer the phone as quickly as possible. You hear the phone ring and you go, whenever I played this one with my friends, I would always say, when you answer the phone, you have to say something like how you would answer a phone. Like, this is the Krusty Krab. You know, you had to, that was a rule. The one where you milk the cow, that was great. That worked. That was fun. My favorite one, I think, there was the one with the marbles. You felt the marbles in, you tried to get them out of the little maze. My favorite one, I think, was the safe cracking game. You would turn the Joy-Con and you would feel the HD rumble and you would go, oh, Okay, now I'm going the other way. Oh, and then you go the other. Man, good showcase for the HD Rumble. A lot of people forget about that. Yeah, I think it's a good game. I do think it has a handful of games that are misses, and it really could have been elevated by some kind of meta game, some structure on the outside that was guiding you through the mini games, where you like made profiles, where you had characters. I don't know, because it was just kind of like either play the mini game you want or kind of shuffle them around for the best like 2 out of 3. I think that knocks it down for me and ruined some of the staying power that the game could have had. So for that reason, I'm actually just going to slot it in right under appealing. I'm going to put it in the middle here. I think it's a buh. I think it's a buh. Oh yeah, it also launched at $50, which is maybe a mismatch. I don't think I minded that too much. But yeah, I'm going to put that at buh. 1-2 switch. Okay. Snipperclips. Snipperclips. What a great idea. That's a bruh. Snipperclips, I think, is really fun. And I think it's ultimately forgettable and not quite as special as everybody makes it out to be. It's like a cool idea. I don't know if it ever goes beyond the fun of the idea. Like, I think like when you start playing that game, it's just as fun in the first like 3 or 4 levels as it is in the last few. And then I don't think there's a part of me that like wants a new Snipperclips. There's not a part of me that like wants to even go back to Snipperclips. Whereas you ask me right now, I'll go back and I'll play a couple of those mini games in 1-2 switch. I'll do it. And I'll be happy to. It's for what it is. For the promise of just pick this up whenever you want, have some fun with your friends. I like it. I like it more. I know, I'm sorry. I know, I'm already making people mad. I know, I'm sorry. It's how I feel. It's the truth. I know it's not the right thing to say. I know. But it's my truth. I don't care that much about Snipperclips. I think it's a cruh. Maybe it's a buh. Maybe it's on the same tier, but lower than 1-2 switch. Maybe I'm being too mean with cruh. No, I don't care. I don't care. If this came out at any point, so much of the value of Snipperclips is when it came out. Is like, it was that launch game where you split the Joy-Con up and you play, like, you know what I mean? It's the context. And context is important, and I do care about context, but I think that the Switch launch had so many contextual elements that made it special that Snipperclips doesn't rise above those other ones for me. Okay, moving on. Zelda Breath of the Wild. Special. Special. Easy. I truly think, yeah, man. Special. This game, like, means a lot to me. And I think people are more familiar with me on the internet talking about being disappointed by Tears of the Kingdom. So I think people are surprised when they hear how much I love Breath of the Wild. I always liked, there were some Zelda games that I really liked. I never really fell in love with any of them until Breath of the Wild. I do think that it's important to acknowledge the context. The promise of the Nintendo Switch, playing games handheld or on your TV, and that being delivered through this massive genre-defining open-world Zelda game was really special. I played so much of Breath of the Wild tabletop for some reason. I don't know why. I had like my little table next to my couch, and I would put the Switch up with its kickstand, and I would play with a Pro controller. That was how I played a lot of Breath of the Wild. And I think that being on a system that's like, play this in a way that fits into your life, and the game being all about pursue what is interesting to you at the speed in which you want to pursue it. so much of Breath of the Wild speaks to me. I've talked before about discovering important places and then stepping into someone else's memory, trying to determine what is important about that memory, what was important to the person that had that memory, trying to parse that memory for sentiment. That kind of thing is I find that to be so. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. I find that element of the game to be so salient, and traversing the world itself salient for the same reasons. Finding out what is important about this world, what is interesting, what is valuable about it. And I also think just like bare bones, basic video game stuff. I don't want to undervalue all of the little puzzles in the shrines found throughout the world. I loved the gameplay loop of finding a shrine, getting in, doing the little puzzle, doing the little challenge, and then getting back out to that big open world. I thought it was like fun to find a shrine, to go in, see what it was, complete the challenge, get your little reward that you were going to turn into something valuable from you, get out, and like the pacing of that, it was just so like beautifully done. But everybody will tell you the same thing about Breath of the Wild. The way that game does Vista-based gameplay, where you look out, something catches your eye, you run towards it, on your way to that thing, something else catches your eye, and you go and you decide to go and veer towards that instead. We talk a lot about story in games on this channel, and I say constantly that story is not just when the characters are talking. My story of playing Breath of the Wild, my stories, all of my favorite stories about playing Breath of the Wild, the ways in which that game spoke to me were stories about adventure. And that's what the game's about. And that's crazy. Like, the stories that the game generated in me, the stories that it manifested, the game was set up perfectly to inspire adventure, that my stories felt like stories about an adventure I went on and not a game that I played, not a sequence that everyone shared. Yeah, man. Really endeared to me to Link, Hyrule, that the franchise. I give Zelda as a franchise way more rope now than I used to, because I find Breath of the Wild to be such a masterstroke of just game design, but also a lot of other things. I think it's like, I think people say stuff about games that I always consider a little hyperbolic. I think like the world feels alive. Does it? I don't know. I don't know if a video game world has ever felt alive to me. Kind of feels like a video game. I do think that this is a rare instance, though, in which I got lost in this world. Lost in it, man. Just in an area of the map that you had not yet uncovered, wanting to keep just like truly explore, like look around and see what was there. That is crazy. It is crazy. Man, yeah, I don't know. There's so much good I can say about that game. It's also just like a stylish, cool game. You know? There's a reason so many games tried to copy some of its aesthetics in the aftermath of it releasing. Yeah, brilliant title. Man. It changed video games. Special to me. Special. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. God, this is appealing. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think this is an appealing game. It does not speak to me in the ways that I think games that will be ranked above it speak to me. But you know what the magic of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is? I know nobody's gonna like this. But I think for me the magic of it was going on a work trip the year the Switch came out, sitting on an airplane with my buddy who never plays video games, pulling down the tray, putting Mario Kart on the Switch on that little table, giving him the Joy-Con and saying, dude, let's play some Mario Kart split screen. Man, that was a revelatory video game experience for me. And I think a lot of the particulars about the game design, I don't find particularly interesting. When you add a bunch of characters to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it doesn't do anything to me because I feel like I'm still playing the exact same game. And there's just like, I'm like wearing a hat now. So that doesn't affect me. And I gotta say, even the addition of all of the tracks, there comes a certain point where they all just started to blend together. And the mechanics of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe are so rote, in my perspective, that you could add 100 more courses to the game and the value of the game wouldn't quite go up because I feel like moment to moment I'm still doing kind of the exact same thing. Yeah, I think I just go on autopilot a little too much, but I think it's a good game for hanging out in. I think it's beautiful looking, and I think with the right people, you know what? I had a lot of good times playing Mario Kart 8 with my wife Sarah. Actually, there was a point in time where she was on a Mario Kart 8 kick, and we really loved playing it together. And that's important, you know. That's like really good. I think in the ways that the game did not speak to me personally, there are some ways in which the game spoke to and fit into my life in ways that I really value. So for that, it gets appealing. Yeah. Yeah, cool game. ARMS. I really liked ARMS. I really liked ARMS a lot. ARMS is awesome. It's funny, I actually tried to go back to ARMS. I like ARMS more than the average person. So I understand you're going to see that game higher on this list than it's going to be for most people. I really liked ARMS. When ARMS came out, I got into it, like competitively, like fiercely competitively into it. I was like on forums and stuff. I was like a top ranked ARMS player. I'm not even kidding. And then when some parts of the meta emerged that I couldn't keep up in, I totally fell back. But there was a little while there where like to be playing a first-party Nintendo game primarily online on this new system, it had a funky control method. Being able to take something seriously competitively on a Nintendo platform, man, that was so cool. It felt like there was so much depth to the game. The characters had different abilities and elements to them that made them meaningfully different. Playing as the little green goopy guy Helix was like a totally different experience from playing as like Max Brass, who ended up being my main. And I really just like fell in love with the characters. They kind of have like that superhero thing going for them that like speaks to me. And the online lobby was really fun to participate in. The way that you were all in that group and it would match you up with people, and then you would do different kinds of modes. Yeah, I don't know. This was the game that when the Switch was revealed, I was most excited for. This was the game I was like dying to play, and then I gave it so much. I loved ARMS. And I've always loved fighting games, but yeah, this game really fit into my life, and a lot of the mechanics just really spoke to me. Picking a loadout, finding the loadout that you liked, the left arm and the right arm, what you wanted on each one, the experimentation of that, trying to get better from experimentation, from practicing. Like, I loved this kind of stuff on playing that on Switch. I even thought that it was really fun to play. Eventually, I got so into it that I switched to playing on Pro Controller because I think I was better at it, but I loved even just playing it with the motion controls, with the aim, you know, the twisting of the arms to aim. Like, it seemed to really work, and you could get good at it, and it was fun to get good at it. Yeah, dude. I actually tried to go back and play this game recently, and it's so much harder to play. I've like lost so much of my sauce. High skill ceiling this game. Yeah. The movement, man. You got to get good at the movement. The blocking, the grabbing, kind of like parrying with your own punches. Really, yeah, I just like ARMS a lot. Do people in here like ARMS? ARMS is one of the best things Nintendo did in this gen, and people didn't give it the support it needed. Yeah, I think a lot of people didn't give ARMS the time to learn it. I think people played it and didn't realize, thank you for following, how high the skill ceiling went. And I think that's hard because it's like, not a lot of Nintendo games ask a player to learn an instrument in the way that fighting games do. Fighting games is like learning a language, and you've got to practice. And not a lot of Nintendo games are asking that of the player. So I understand how it's kind of, yeah. It's also just a cool IP. I think it's iconic. I think those springy arms are smart and cool. I think every member of the ARMS cast is cool. Project Dia says, my favorite thing about ARMS has nothing to do with the game, but the fact that I know people that had like 5 copies because they kept winning them in Splatoon tournaments. That's funny. Oh, you know what else I really liked? Sidebar. The yellow Joy-Con, the neon yellow Joy-Con that launched with ARMS. I got those. Those were my go-to Joy-Con for a really long time on my original Switch. I love those Joy-Con. All right. Splatoon 2. Splatoon 2. Splatoon 2. Chat, what the hell do I think about Splatoon 2? Chat, what do any of us think about Splatoon 2? But this is my first one that's kind of stumping me. I'm a little lost in the Splatoon 3 sauce, if you will. The dualies. I loved the dualies. All right. I know the answer. Okay. Splatoon 2. Really fun to play. So fun to have another online-focused game to play on Nintendo Switch. Again, coming off of the Wii U, we are not used to it yet. Having an having any kind of online focus for a Nintendo platform. To have that in Splatoon 2, right after ARMS, dude. Yeah, it mattered. That PvE mode, Salmon Run, that mattered. That was cool. The dualies were like my favorite weapon to use in this game. That was cool. It was really fun. I even remember doing like the test before it came out. It was really fun. It worked. It was fun to play that game. It was fun to queue up for matches. But I'm held back by it, chat, because I think so much of the fun is contextual. And I think like now the game is like 2 was crown jewel for me. It was my first Splatoon game. I couldn't get into 3. All the games feel too samey. That's how I felt about Splatoon 2. I think a lot of it wore off fast. And I think now in a modern context, looking back, there is no circumstance in which I will ever be like, I would like to play Splatoon 2 instead of Splatoon 3. It just doesn't exist for me. And I think that this is a franchise that kind of immediately makes itself irrelevant when the next one comes along with how little they iterate, but the fact that they do iterate in that same way. But it was fun at the time. It's not bad. Chat, I'm really stuck. I'm stuck between buh and cruh. What does it sound like based on what I'm saying? Am I saying buh or am I saying cruh? Octo expansion was pretty fun. I gotta say, chat, I never liked Splatoon single player modes. I never liked them, never completed them, never got anywhere close to completing them. It just was not for me. It's kind of like Mario Kart. There's no reason to play Mario Kart 7 nowadays. Just play Mario Kart 8, sure. Depends on what the game means to you, man. Thanks. I gotta tell you, I think I would rather pick up and play some Snipperclips than Splatoon 2. So I think I'm... Oh, that feels mean. This feels mean, but I'm going cruh. It's done. It's just done. All right. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Oh my god. I think that this might be controversial. I think that this might be controversial. Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel. I think that they nailed it. I think that they nailed it. I think that they nailed Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This was the game that got me into this kind of like XCOM-y type game that taught me how to play those, how they worked. So good at teaching you that. So consistently entertaining throughout. Pretty good pacing. Didn't get off task too much. Tons of content, tons of personality. Looked great. I think I was shocked by how much I enjoyed this game. And my thing about Kingdom Battle is that I think that they could iterate on this game a million times. I think that they could make a million sequels to this game. And I don't know if any of them would ever hit like Kingdom Battle hit. Kingdom Battle was special, man. Kingdom Battle was special. Every discovery in that game felt like a true punchline to a joke, a true reveal. Coming across Wario and Waluigi, the rabid forms of Wario and Waluigi, what a dude. Like, that kind of thing hit every single time for me. I thought it was really fun. I really liked the Rabbids. I really liked the non-Rabbid characters. I think as opposed to its sequel, I loved the focus on the mashup, the Mario elements infiltrating this world. Yeah, man, I really like this game. This game spoke to me. I think that not just first party games, I think this game would be high on my list of Nintendo Switch games over the whole generation in general. I really liked it. Just sitting with this handheld console, playing a game that looked this good, and like getting into that tactical mindset. It's hard. It's hard for me to imagine experiences like this being quite as good as this one. So for that reason, I think it's a crown jewel. Because I cannot imagine another game beating it at what it's doing. And that's cool. There was some heart in that game. There was some heart. I don't know where it came from, but there was some heart in that game. Pokken Tournament DX. I really like this game. I really like this game. It's not that good. This is a buh. This is a buh. A Pokken Tournament DX, to me, is a game about potential. It's a game about, like, man, how do I even want to say this? It's a cool idea. It's a cool idea, right? And I actually like the mechanics. I love the field phase, like the 2D mode versus the 3D mode. I think that stuff is really cool. I actually like got into it. I was a Machamp main. I like leveled up my Machamp. I improved his stats. I played some online. I went through the whole tournament. But I think that like when there's some conflict in Pokken Tournament. There's some inherent conflict. A world as vast as Pokemon playing against the same 12 fighting game characters every time. Oh, we had a Sceptile main, Lion. Hey, did you play? Who was your main? If you played this game, who was your main? Yeah, a world as vast as Pokemon playing against the same opponents over and over and over again. Eventually, that drove you mad. And I think that the game could have been structured a lot better. If there was an overworld, if there was a 3D avatar that you dressed up instead of just a PNG, if there were NPCs that you talked to, stuff that you did in between tournaments, if they had a little bit more RPG element, a little bit more DLC in this game, it would have sang! It would have sang! But the fact that it was just start battle, load up battle over and over and over again, it made Pokemon feel small. And I think that contrast in your mind, that dissonance is really hard to settle. But I liked the game. It was like fun to play. I think it needed a little bit more from the Wii U version. They added a couple of characters like Blastoise, who I really like. But it also visually, I think, could have looked a little bit better. Man, there's so much good stuff in Pokken. I feel bad ragging on it, but I think that it's, a crown jewel game is like, I can't imagine, like, a game would have to do so much to overtake it. The next Pokken will, if there is another Pokken, will overtake it. You know what I mean? But I love what's there. I do. I think it has a lot of potential. But potential is potential. We'll have to see if it ever... Man, I really hope we get another one. It'd be... man. So much space there. Alright. Fire Emblem Warriors. You. Don't care. Don't care. Couldn't care less. Visually. Gameplay. Bleh. Out of all of the Warriors games, the Fire Emblem Warriors isn't offering enough personality. Yeah, easy. I feel like I don't even have to. Bleh. Bleh. All right. Super Mario Odyssey! Special. I love Super Mario Odyssey. It's my favorite 3D Mario game. I think it's the best 3D Mario game. I think Super Mario Odyssey is, they made a Mario game about exploration, and it's like if you asked me to make like a wish list of what I wanted in a 3D Mario game, they gave me every single thing I want and more. The capture mechanic. Not only are you exploring the world, but you are exploring its inhabitants. You are taking them over and you are discovering what it is that they are capable of and how they are capable of changing your relationship to the world around you. We should check out the Odyssey trailer maybe. Dude, so we watched the initial Odyssey trailer during the when we watched the 2017 Nintendo Switch presentation, but then there was an E3 trailer for Super Mario Odyssey that is, to this day, I think my favorite or one of the best trailers that Nintendo has ever made. And since I said that, let's pull it up. Yeah, I love this. I love the storytelling in this trailer. This is so fun. Oh! So the first trailer is the one where Mario comes up in New Donk City, and you're like, oh my god, we're in a city, there's normal humans. This was the E3 trailer. Starts off with the Donkey Kong. The dinosaur. Everybody is looking at this guy and they're like, oh my god, is it Turok? Is this a Xenoblade game? Look at the grass. Kind of looks like a Xenoblade kind of shot. And then, what is that? What? What does that mean? Look at this. He's riding a scooter. The song. Look at this world. How he got up there. Bowser in the wedding suit. He fixed our hat. Oh, nice. You can use it as a weapon. That's awesome. Wow. Look at all of these cool things you can do with your hat. I completely understand this video game. No need to show me anymore. You've escalated. You have now escalated. I thought I understood everything there was about this game. I now see that there are 2D sections or you are classic Mario. Checkmate, I'm so sorry I doubted you. Now I understand everything I need to know about this game. Jump with me, grab coins with me, oh yeah. It's time to jump up in I am so sorry. I thought I understood everything there was to understand about this game. I now see that that was a mistake. I jumped the gun. Apologies. Apologies. I see I understand everything there is to know about this game. You can control frogs. There will be little creatures in the world that you can throw your hat at and you can inhabit. Oh, you can take over Goomba. Oh my god, you can be a Bullet Bill? That's crazy. Okay, this is wait, that's just a rocket ship. That's a ball of fire. I don't even know what this is. You're in a ball of electricity. You're a Cheep. You're undersea right now. What is this? The scientific raising of the stakes. The escalation. Crazy, dude. Crazy. The Peach in the wedding outfit, you in the wedding outfit, Bowser, the stakes feel so high. The outfits. What is this? The things that you're capable of. He took over the taxi. This thing, the escalation. Higher. He took over a human being. He's shooting in a tank. Mario has a gun. And it all comes back to the T-Rex. And then what is that? They're bringing, for the super fans, they're bringing back Pauline. Jesus Christ. And you know what's crazy, chat? Unlike that amazing Breath of the Wild trailer, I feel that this trailer is indicative of this game in a way that like profoundly speaks to what this game is. This is what this game is all about. That is the vibe. It is special. It is special. You know, sometimes I just want to address this really quick because I know people have this take and I don't know if I've ever really like publicly responded to it. Too many moons. Perfect amount of moons. If you want to inspire in your player this idea of like, I'm going to try to get there. I'm going to try to get to that spot. I think that there could be something cool there. That looks like a hard spot to get to. You go over, you get to that spot. You fail. You try again, you fail. You try again, you get there. When you get there, you discover, oh, you hit this little thing, there's a moon there. You were rewarded for that. To inspire that in your player, the moons need to be everywhere. To consistently reward no matter which direction they go in, the moons need to be everywhere. Nowhere, I don't think, you know, you roll credits on that game way before you get anywhere near collecting all of the moons. It's about the moment. It's about that experience. It's not about what it's like to be the 100% completionist guy trying to pick up every moon. That's after you've already put 24 hours into the game. Knowing that there are so many moons out there, to me, what that accomplishes, what that actually achieves, is knowing that there are so many moons out there. I already found 12 moons. You're telling me there's 12 more? You're telling me, thank you for the follow, you're telling me that there are all these secrets, these nooks and crannies out there for me to discover that I thought I destroyed this level. No, dude, what an awesome game. What an awesome game. Like, it doesn't even matter that the Brutals are stupid. What an awesome game, dude. Let's go. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I don't know. Haven't played it. I don't know. My thing about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is that I could probably take a guess at where this goes. But my guess would be like, you know, maybe like it would be discounting the fact that maybe I pick up and play Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and it speaks to me in a way that no other video game has, you know? I don't know, that could happen. So I don't want to discount that possibility, so I'm putting it in I don't know. Bayonetta 1. Ew. Bayonetta 2. Ew. Yeah, it's cool that these games are on that platform. I'm happy for people that like them. I think they're a mismatch with the Switch. I think that these kinds of games you want to play on a system that is capable of running them with absolutely no problems in high quality. You don't want to have any like weird, I don't know. To me, this kind of game on a handheld doesn't even make any sense. Console mismatch for me. If people like the games and that's not part of it for them, that's great. But for me, as somebody that plays a lot of games, I love action games. For somebody that has a PS5, that loves my PS5, there is nothing about Bayonetta 1 and 2 that I'm like, I would rather play. I'm glad that those games are on Switch. So that's an ew from me. Kirby Star Allies. I really wanted this game to be good. Unfortunately, it's an ew. It's an ew. There's all these like cool extra modes and like weird DLC that this game got, but unfortunately, like the main mechanic in this game, Cecil Hawthorne username is a community deep cut. Really? The main mechanic in this game is recruiting star allies, which are essentially like CPU controlled teammates, and they just play the game for you. So like, I just can't get past that. I just can't get past that. I just don't like it. Especially since there are other Kirby games on this platform that I think clear this one easily. Yeah. Labo! Ew. Some Nintendo gimmicky things really sing and will be fondly remembered. I don't think this is one of them. I maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody out there is a big Labo head. I don't think that this is one of them. I think this is like a cool, silly little thing. I don't know, for me, if I care about it with the Switch, and I don't know. I don't know. Let's go. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I am not the biggest 2D platformer guy. I don't really like Donkey Kong games that much. There's really nothing about this Wii U port that should speak to me particularly. And yet, even I recognize the value in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Even I. I recognize that this is a good time. It is not my genre. This is not my franchise. And even when I turn on Tropical Freeze, I have a good time. I have a good time. The soundtrack bangs. And I also think that I want to give this game props for being a 2D platformer that I think is enjoyable to look at, like a screenshot or just like watching it in motion. I think it's like fun to look at, and I don't think that many 2D platformers are, at least for me and my taste. And I think for that reason I'll give it appealing, because I pretty much don't like any other Donkey Kong 2D platformer besides this one. So, you know, so that's got to be worth something. Hyrule Warriors. Damn, this is a tough one. This is a really tough one for me. Hyrule Warriors. The first Hyrule Warriors. You know what's weird, chat? You know what's weird? For some reason, I got like really addicted to Hyrule Warriors. I like played a lot of this game. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think this game had just enough like extra modes and like goofy little content that like it kept me playing. I guess I just liked this game. It's a good game. See, it's a good game, but I'm also like a little embarrassed about it, and I have no desire to go back. And it's just kind of like a smoothie, you know? It's smooth. It's just not, there's nothing hard in there. There's nothing to chew on in Hyrule Warriors. It's just a smoothie. I think I'm gonna put this in the upper buh. I'm gonna put this, I think I like Pokken more. I'm gonna put this in between Pokken and 1-2 Switch. I think I like this more than 1-2 Switch, but I think I derived more joy from Pokken, largely due to the depth of the mechanics. You know what I think Hyrule Warriors did? You could press the button and you could like switch to your different characters so you controlled them all. I think I remember that. I liked that. Pokémon Quest. Ew. How dare they make a game that vaguely looks like my beloved Pokemon Rumble. And maybe even a little bit like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. And then make it a game that plays itself. How dare you? Let me control, let me move around. Let me do the attacks. You bastards. How dare you? You already made it. You jerks! Oh my god, okay. Sushi Striker. So this was a game that also came out on 3DS. I think it's just obviously better on 3DS where you got that little stylus and you're doing the touchscreen. I don't know. I think this doesn't matter. This is ew. This is ew. I'm sorry. It's an no. Yeah, it's an ew. Let me organize these ews a little bit. Let me get something going with these ews. Labo up a little. Let me get these ews going. Yeah, I guess I have no love for Bayonetta. Oh my god. No, this isn't nice. This is how I feel. This is how I feel. Are the words starting with S-A-B-C intentional? No, what does that mean? Oh, like S tier A, B, C. No, that is not intentional. There is something wrong with me. Bayonetta over Labo? No, I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it. Bayonetta has no value to me on Nintendo Switch. I'm so sorry. I can't do it. Mario Tennis Aces. I really like Mario Tennis Aces. I think it's a really cool game. I was really taken with it mechanically when it was released. Yeah, it was fun. It's just like a fun, like well-built game. And I think it struggled in that way that a lot of Mario Tennis games, a lot of Mario sports games did in the Switch era, where the post-launch content was not very meaningful. It was, you know, from what you want from this kind of game. I just remember thinking that Mario Tennis Aces was like really deep and getting into a match, like an intense, you know who I played that with? I played Mario Tennis Aces a ton with my older brother, and it was like the intensity level that game was able to get out of me. Crazy. Somebody in the chat compared it like a fighting game. Yeah. It's like, because you have your set of options, right? And it's like, okay, I've got to react to what they do. And there are some obvious and less obvious like counters. There's mind games. Yeah, there was like a light story mode. I think it was mostly a tutorial, but there was some fun stuff in there. Yeah, Mario Tennis Aces, I think, was a good game, and I really was like glad it was a part of the lineup at the time. I think that was a game that was revealed like early in that year, right? Like that was like a January Direct reveal, and then it came out soon after. It was so cool. It, like I remember that being like a fun element of the Switch's like first 12 months. Yeah, it was intense. Oh my god, breaking people's rackets. I forgot that was such a cool mechanic. It was like, oh, I'm gonna hit you if you don't respond correctly to these special hits. Your racket has HP. You can break somebody's racket. That's how you force a win. Dang, that game was so fun. Yeah, in a lot of ways, I think when people imagine a sports game, they're imagining like an endless content kind of game. But the truth is that like most sports games are yearly releases and then they get another annualized release, and none of us want that. So I don't know. I think like Nintendo has yet to nail what people really want out of a Mario sports game and how that like fits into a release year. And I think right now they're happy for it to be something that like you play for a couple of months. And I think we all kind of want something more than that. Man, chat. I wonder if there's still time for Mario Baseball. If that's on the docket, I would love to play that. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This is a good game. This is a good game. I think it's like a fun, novel idea. It doesn't like... It doesn't like lift me. It doesn't lift me. But it's like a good game. I'm gonna give this a high buh. This is a high buh to me. I think I'm still gonna say, for my taste, just being a fighting game guy, I just like liked Pokken a little bit more, got more sucked into it. Captain Toad is you know, it's fine. It's good. It's nice. It's nice. Yeah, it's nice. I think it totally makes sense as like a complete middle of the pack game in this list. It's hard to like get passion out of me for Captain Toad. Okay, I realize that there are some more like Labo entries here. I'm just like not gonna put these on the list because I feel the same way about all of them. So I'm going to turn this Labo thing into just one, and we're just going to leave those other ones off the list. I'm also not going to put the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 DLC here for, you know, reasons I'm sure you can understand. So I'm going to move on to the next full release. Super Mario Party. I think this game is good. This is a good game. This is a good Mario Party game. I like the motion control mini games, and I think obviously it suffers from having what feels like not enough. It is very quickly, it feels like there's not enough content here in this game. But I liked it. I think it's good. I think it's better than people will tell you. I like this game. But very quickly it suffered from that feeling, which is not what you want from any game. I'm going to put it right above Captain Toad. Oh, I'm going to put it right there. I think that's a good spot for it. It serves its purpose as a Mario Party game. I think everybody getting a Joy-Con, it's like perfect. I play that a lot with my friends who don't play a lot of video games. And I think like, I've talked about this before, but some people look at not being able to use like a Pro Controller as like such a negative. It's like, oh, I hate that. Let me use the Pro Controller. But I actually kind of like it because I think it forces people that play a lot of video games to use something that's a little less comfortable and kind of levels the playing field a little bit with normal people. So I think that works. The boards in Super Mario Party, they are not the best. They're like on a grid. Yeah. But Autumn says there was the partner mechanic. I think what you're referring to, there was a mode in this game that was like a co-op weirdo 2-player mode. And I thought that was cool too. That was cool. Yeah, I like this game. I think I like this game more than most people. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, okay, so I really like Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I really love these. I think that they're delightful. That's such a cohesive little game design there, you know? Yeah, I think this game is unfairly hated on in a way that like makes me a little mad. It's like for a franchise that comes out with new games pretty much every single year, it's crazy to be like, and every single one of those games should have an elaborate post game and a deep battle system and every Pokemon from every region. It's like, shut up. Just like, you'll get that next year. Shut up. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're cool games. There'll probably never be another game called Let's Go again. So One of a kind, very cool, really good looking. Honestly, I think I'd probably even put it like in that region. I like Let's Go a lot. The more I talk about it, the more I remember how much I really enjoy it. Like, I could go back, pick up Let's Go right now, and be perfectly happy. If it wasn't Kanto, it wouldn't get nearly as much hate. That's interesting. I don't know about that. Okay, chat. We've done a lot of games. I've been drinking a lot of water on the side. I have to do a bio break. This will be cut out of the YouTube video. And we are back. Our next game, our next first party release. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you already know. Special. At the end of the day, this is my most played game. Oh, Jesus Christ. How does one even begin? How does one even begin? I think it's this. I think for me, it's this. It's tough. You could swap these three. I think for me, it's this. You could swap these three any which way you want, though. Yeah, Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm not going to endlessly talk about this. I think there's just a couple of things I want to say. One, I think to have a game called Ultimate and to live up to that in a way that it is actually hard to imagine what the sequel is going to be because they actually did the Ultimate. That is crazy. That is insane. That is like, I don't know if any other video game has done anything like that. It is legitimately hard to imagine what the sequel to that game is. The Everyone Is Here trailer, that's an all-timer. But I also just want to say, I think the character design, the translating of a character's essence into a fighting game moveset in a way that is artful and logical in equal parts is such an insane feat to make all of these people, to translate all of these characters from all of these different games into the same language while still having them all feel so unique is so special and so one of a kind to this franchise. It's just special. It's just special. There's a artistic and technical talent on display there that I think is worth celebrating. That's always worth bringing up over and over and over again. The way that Smash Brothers leaps off the page, and a lot of people in the chat are talking about the hype. Sora! Smash Brothers leaps off the page before you even play it. It is exciting to just see these things together because the articulation of them is so profound. If the characters didn't feel like who they were, it wouldn't be special. You know what I mean? Like a Fortnite skin is not the same as a Smash Brothers character. That's an extreme example, but you know what I mean. Okay. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, a special game. So many hours played online, chat. So many hours. I still turn Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on and just play a little online. Damn. What a video game. Man. Smash Bros. Ultimate echoes into the past and the future. Smash Bros. Ultimate makes me excited to see like what the future of Smash holds. It's just powerful. It's just a powerful, special game. All right. Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. Okay. Hear me out. Hear me out. I know it's cool to hate New Super Mario Brothers. I know. Hear me out, chat. I know it's, but I think that it's a good game. I think that, like, okay, thank you for the follow. I think in addition to being a good game, it is, so you know how I talk about how, for me, the Bayonetta games on the Switch, that's like not the match that I want? New Super Mario Brothers on the Switch, that's a good match. Being able to take that game handheld, New Super Mario Brothers U, all that Luigi content, fun co-op game, good solo, good co-op. There's also like so much content in New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe that like, it's kind of just, you just want to play like a ton of 2D Mario levels that are relatively high quality. I don't know, man. Sarah and I also played a lot of this game together and just had a really good time. So I gotta pay respect to that. So, yeah, so I like this game. I think it's inoffensive. I think the game tells you up front exactly what it is, and it's not making any grand promises, right? Also, don't people feel a certain way about Bowsette? I don't know. I like this game. I think it's overhated. I don't have like issues with it. You know what I mean? I think it's just all of the issues that people have with it, I feel are largely contextual. I like it. I like it. I think it's a good game. Tetris 99. I like Tetris 99. I think ultimately I like it a little bit more as a concept than I actually like the game. Like, I think I just like normal Tetris more than Tetris 99. I'm sorry if that's like a bad take. But I still think Tetris 99 is very fun, and I like how they've kept updating it over time with the Nintendo themes. So I'm gonna stick it in here. I think that's where it goes for me. Yeah, Tetris 99 has that issue where it's like being able to read what's going on. I don't know. So you get put in a room with somebody that's better than you, it's over. I don't think that's what Tetris is about to me. I think it's about competing against yourself, you know? Still a cool game though. Still a cool idea. Not, you know, just middle of the pack. Yoshi's Crafted World. A good game. That unfortunately, it's not Woolly World. If Woolly World were on Switch, I think we would be in Crown Jewel level, potentially special level. And that hurts this game a lot. I think that this is a good game. I think this is a fun game to play through. Fun game to play in co-op. It's nice. It's just nice. To me, I think what a lot of people get out of Captain Toad, I think I actually get more that same feeling out of Yoshi's Crafted World. I think it hit a little bit better for me. Yeah. I'm ready for a new Yoshi as well. Yeah, it's kind of a similar vein with Pokken, where it's like the potential. You know, it like, it's not what it could be, but I still like what it is. It has its audience. And I am part of that audience too. I liked it. It didn't like speak to me. It didn't change me, but you know, played it from beginning to end, enjoyed the whole thing. Let's keep it rolling. Box Boy plus Box Girl. I like this game. I think they're a little overhyped. They're just a little simple. You just like, I don't think I ever, while playing Box Boy plus Box Girl, I don't think I ever stopped to think once. I just kind of I just went, what's this puzzle? Got it. Moved through it. But still a pretty fun experience. I think I'm putting this down into Cruh. Yeah, this to me is Cruh. I think I like it more than Snipperclips though. Cadence of Hyrule. Love the idea. I find the game to be just fine. This is one of those that I always think about going back to and giving another shot. Like, I love that it exists. Again, I love the idea more than I like the execution. I think I'm going to put that right here in buh. I wish I had more to say about it. Man, it's such a cool idea. I wish I loved it. I wish it spoke to me, but I think like I'm so focused on the I'm so focused on the elements of the game Cadence of Hyrule. They're so consuming, the rhythm, the mechanics, that I almost don't appreciate the Zelda stuff as much as I wish that I could, because you're so locked into the gameplay. So it, you know, so it's just kind of You know what the buh category is? Buh, okay, here's the difference between buh and cruh. Cruh are games in my Nintendo Switch library that I never re-download. Buh are games that I re-download and I tell myself I'm going to play them, I'm going to revisit them, but I never do. But they get the download. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I jump into them for 6 minutes and then I don't play them. That's the I'm noticing now that is the difference between buh and cruh. That's crazy. That describes these perfectly. Like these I'm playing. These are on my Switch and I'm playing them. Buh. Bruh. Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Super Mario Maker 2. Bruh. Yeah, I thought about giving this a buh because, like, I think zoomed out, if I'm trying to be like an authoritative figure, if I'm trying to be like somebody in games, like if I'm trying to inhabit the perspective of the game reviewer, I think like Mario Maker 2 is a great game. Unfortunately, I personally enjoy, like, when I want to play Mario, I want to play Mario levels. And I think I just like playing New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe more than I like playing Super Mario Maker 2. Like having to find a level that is good, playing it, and then going on playing some dumb bad levels, whatever. There's a campaign mode in Super Mario Maker 2 that I think is pretty good. But yeah, I played a lot of Mario Maker 2, but I think, like, you know how Splatoon 2 is just like immediately made irrelevant by Splatoon 3? I kind of like, even though there isn't a Mario Maker 3, I like feel that way already about Mario Maker 2. That like it's already out. And like you need the next one. Hey man, maybe that's crazy. I don't know. Yeah, there's something about, man. Is this a hot take? I don't know. There's something about this game. It's not singing to me. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm making the right call with this. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. That's a crown jewel. That is a crown jewel. I think I really like how I've defined that. To me, it's a game that, like, I have such a hard time imagining a game in the franchise speaking to me more. Like, I don't think I will ever like a Fire Emblem game as much as I enjoyed 3 Houses. I loved the setting. I loved the characters. The meaningful differences between the groups that you chose. It's like not every group had one of this person, one of that person, one of that person. It's like every single one of those characters, and there were so many of them, were so unique, and they were fun to get to know and fun to spend time with. And I think, like, going between the school, doing the social calendar, then going out to the fights, that was just like a really good loop, and I got into it. It was just vibrant. It was nice. 3 Houses, dude. Yeah, man. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I was Golden Deer my first run. I loved the deer, dude. I'm seeing a lot of Golden Deer in chat. Loved it. The fully voice acted support made the game for me. Yeah, so much personality. So much, like, man, yeah, just like, I think for me personally, there's something about, like, Fire Emblem, the world of Fire Emblem, that's hard for me to inhabit. It's hard for me to, what's the right word? Access. And Fire Emblem 3 Houses actually did a really good job of bringing me in. I liked a lot of the twists concerning Byleth and other elements of the story. Yeah, I also put like so many hours into it, and Lamp, it did get me for Fire Emblem Engage. Tried to play Engage, and I was like, I am sick to my stomach. I hate this. Okay, I haven't gotten more than like a few hours deep in Engage because it makes me mad that it's not 3 houses. 3 houses, that's a crown jewel. I wonder what the next Fire Emblem game would be like, because I like the battle mechanics of Fire Emblem. I would like to get into another one, but like, why don't I just go back and play 3 houses? Yeah, this is the difference between people, man. 3 houses spoke to me. I get it if you're the other way. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Astral Chain. Oh, I'm so torn about this. Let me think. This is Astral Chain is unfortunately a game that I re-download and don't play. Astral Chain has some cool ideas. It has some cool ideas. All the stuff with the tether, the stuff with the stand, the different forms for the stand. I think it's like, again, like Pokken, I feel like it's a game full of potential. What was the gameplay like? It's an action game. It's like a stylish action game. And it's pretty linear. I would love to come... You know what's funny? It actually suffers from the other stylish action game, the Bayonetta issue here, where I think I would be much more amenable to Astral Chain if it was not on the Nintendo Switch. And it has a lot of potential. Needs higher stable frame rate, better resolution, 100%. A little fixes here and there. I would love to come back to this game. It's platinum, right? Yeah, it is platinum. Yeah. It's so peak. It's hard to come back to. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like there's so much going right in this game, but then there's just like some unavoidable clunk that I think really holds it back. But I like it a lot. I think like every time I see the pictures of it or whatever, I'm like, oh, dang, I'd love to go back to that. And then I start playing it and it's not quite right. It's not quite right. I remember like the character's movement speed disagreeing with me. I don't know. Not quite right. Also, I don't like cleaning up the gunk. Oh my god, the gunk. Kirby. I'm gonna say Clash. Are we going in order of release date? Yes. This is an I don't know. I don't know what that game is. I also don't really care. So, I'm gonna put it in EU. EU. I don't want some dumb little Kirby fighting game. That's in EU. Link's Awakening. I like Link's Awakening. Okay, so this is okay. This is personal taste. I'm sorry. This is simply This is yeah, that's yeah, that's where I'm putting it. This is just personal taste. I know people love that game. I know that like it's a classic and people are really fond of it. I'm just like not that guy. I'm just not that guy. Like a lot of classic games don't really speak to me. I do like this one. I think it's like simple and nice, but like I don't know. I don't. Thank you for the follow. It's just not. Man, I think I'd actually even... No, I think I liked it a little bit more than Astral Chain. I actually think it's perfect right there. Link's Awakening is my favorite game. Yeah, I know. People love it. It just doesn't... I don't know. A lot of the stuff that people talk about really enjoying about Link's Awakening, I think I enjoy like the idea, but then when I play the game, I'm like... The beauty of that idea is not like being... performed for me. Yeah, I think I like Echoes of Wisdom more too, and I criticize that game pretty heavily. I think I do prefer playing Echoes of Wisdom. I think that they're extremely similar games though. They're games that want to convince you that they're not very similar, but they are. It's kind of an interesting thing. Yeah, read my essay about Echoes of Wisdom. Yeah, it's a cool game though. It's a cool game. I'm glad it's on the platform. Art style's really nice. But like, I think the whole time I'm playing it, I'm sitting there like, I'm playing the remake of Link's Awakening, and I never shake that. The game never like pulls me in more than that, you know? You should try the Game Boy version. I should try the Game Boy version. Dude, maybe I should try the Game Boy version. Okay. Ring Fit Adventure. That's a crown jewel. That's a crown jewel of the Nintendo Switch. I love Ring Fit Adventure. Dude, Ring Fit Adventure is a freaking banger. The design of that game, of the enemies, of the characters, the music, the voice acting of the ring, the invention of the ring con. This is all like perfectly done, really well done stuff. I think it's like a good game. It's a good, I love it. I love it. All the stuff it has, it feels like it's really well articulating that exercise game thing. You know, in the past, stuff with like the Wii balance board, it's like, you can always kind of fake it. And I feel like this is the kind of game that like you really have to actually do the things it's asking you to do. Or it gives you the runway to do the fitness activities that you want to do in a way that I think is smart and cool and compelling. I would love to see Ring Fit stuff show up in Smash. I think it's awesome. I would love to see a Ring Fit 2 on Switch 2. See how they iterate on it. And much like some other crown jewels, it is hard for me to know how you would even do it in a way that makes me go, oh, this is just more Ring Fit. Yeah, it's awesome. Luigi's Mansion 3. Appealing. Really appealing. Love Luigi's Mansion 3. I think what's great about Luigi's Mansion 3 is that it's like a fun game to play through, but I think where it really excels is in being memorable and iconic. Luigi's Mansion 3 has a lot of moments, has a lot of like great design. You can get like great screenshots out of Luigi's Mansion 3 that like paint a world. I think that like getting the little buttons for the elevator and going through the hotel is just kind of like a memorable, smart, cool thing. And that's true of a lot of like the boss fights and the music and a lot of just like that game like breathes in a way that feels artistic and crafted. And I really like that. Like it feels so intentional in wanting to engage and entertain me. I really like that. Yeah, it's just cool. You open up a room and you're like excited to see what's in there. Luigi is iconic. Luigi is an instant legend, dude. Please let this not be the end of Luigi. My man. Love Luigi's Mansion 3. Is it a perfect game though? No, I don't think so. Can I imagine a Luigi's Mansion game in the future that's like a crown jewel? Yeah, definitely. I don't think this was it, but this is a great game. Thank you for the follow. Luigi should be a Luigi skin in Smash. 100%, dude. Get me that Luigi skin immediately. Okay. Mario and Sonic, this is an Olympic Games on the Switch. Couldn't care less. So this is gonna go down into ew. Just, I'm not interested. Yeah, you know what I mean? Scroll right past it. Scroll right past it in the eShop. Ew. The Stretchers, I have no idea what this is. That's going to an I don't know. Genuinely no idea. First time I think I'm seeing that one. Wow. All right, chat. How did Kirby's Clash jump up from I don't know? Because though I have not played it, I can tell you that the sight of it makes me go, ew. There is a reason I have no idea what that game is. So it gets to be ew on the list. Here we go. This is a big one, chat. Pokemon Sword. Okay, let's talk. Let me really think about how I feel about these games. I, of course, just recently, within the past couple of weeks, completed a fresh playthrough of Pokemon Sword. So I've really got to think about this now. I've really got to think about this because now the question on my mind is, do I like Pokemon Sword more or less than Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee? This is with the DLC, right? Yeah. I think it's one game at this point. That's how it exists for me. So yeah, with the DLC. I actually do think I like it more than Let's Go. I think I do. Man, I don't know. I don't know, chat. I gotta think. I gotta think about this. This is melting my brain a little bit. Because I really like them both for different reasons. I think what's holding me back is that I love so much of Gen 1 and Let's Go Pikachu. Thanks for the follow. So much of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, they inherit the things I really like about Gen 1. I was just talking about this in our Discord, but like the ways in which Pokemon had to do storytelling in Gen 1 because it was sparse with its language is like so appealing to me. The idea of that first town you go to, Viridian, the gym is closed, you go on your whole journey, you come back, the world is the same, but you are different. You are ready to take on that gym now. You know, Giovanni has Pokemon that are evolved through Moonstones, and there's a limited number of Moonstones. They're rare. And your Professor Oak, he has a Nidorino because he never got a Moonstone. They were too hard to get. All the places where you find Moonstones are where Team Rocket has kind of set up camp. It's like, dang, dude, there's like so much stuff like that. That like, from beginning to end, I really, oh my God, you're just like, your rival being the champion, like stupid stuff like that. Like, I just, you know, and I think like, I'm projecting all of my love for Gen 1 onto Let's Go rather than kind of like seeing Pokemon Let's Go for what it is. For what it is, what it's trying to do, where it's trying to make the game sing, and not just for the elements it inherits of its predecessor. And I think I like battling. I think I like building a team. Dang, but I really liked catching and like shiny hunting and in Let's Go. I'm so torn about this. I'm so torn. I honestly, I think it depends on my mood. Man, I keep telling myself it goes here. I keep telling myself that's where it goes. And then I go, man, maybe it goes here. It's this. It's this. I've made up my mind. It's this. I think I'm just more... I think I'm more attached to the world of Let's Go and being in that world than I am to Galar, than I am to the world and characters of Sword and Shield. I love Sword and Shield though. I want to give Sword and Shield their props. I'm actually working on a video about Sword and Shield right now, like a fully scripted video, about how I think they are overhated. So, yeah, man, dude, I like Pokemon Sword and Shield are great games. I think they're overhated. I think they're easy targets. They're easy games to make fun of. The talking points against them have calcified. And it's kind of what I was talking about on stream the other day about the simulacrum. I think everybody has decided how they are supposed to feel about Sword and Shield, and it makes them overlook so much of what I think is what really works about those games. And I also really like Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing, and we had so much fun doing like those Dynamax adventures on stream. But I do think that there is a degree to which, like, you know what I go back and I don't enjoy about Sword and Shield? The wild area. And at the time, it's like we all wanted that to be the direction Pokemon went in, but I think I actually like the bespoke routes and the solid camera and all that stuff more now. And they're just like, they're not bad games. They're not bad games at all. I think they're really misunderstood games. So this just speaks to me more. I'm so sorry. All right, here we go. Next game, Brain Training for Nintendo Switch. I can't say that I remember this one. Was this different in other regions? Did this even come out in America? I don't know. I don't know. That's an I don't know. That's a solid I don't know. Okay. Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore. I like this game. It's kind of stupid though. It's like a worse version of the game you want it to be. Like you just wish you were playing Persona the whole time. But it's not bad. I think I'll probably put that right there above Hyrule Warriors. I just have nothing to like. It's good, you know. You wish it was Persona. All right. Pokemon Home. I'm gonna say Pokemon Home is not gonna go on this list, but a message to Pokemon Home: get your head out of your ass. All right. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Hot damn. I like this game a lot. I like this game a lot. This is one of my favorite games on Nintendo Switch. It is. It truly is. Chat, I know you're going to think this is crazy. I think it's right here. I think I actually like Rescue Team DX more than I like Pokemon Sword, like a crazy person. This is, of course, a remake of the first Mystery Dungeon games. I really like the art style they went in for these games. I find all the cutscenes to be very funny. I really enjoy the story. Chad, we've got it has a great story. I agree. I like the movement of it. I like you are just I don't know. I like getting to know all of the Pokemon in the town. I think it's like a really nice RPG. I know it's like a mystery dungeon game, but I think I just really enjoy like the beginning to end of that campaign. I think it just speaks to me. I know nothing about Mystery Dungeon. What is even the gameplay of the series? I'll tell you. I think this is a great one to pull up a trailer for, actually. So I'm glad that you asked. So another game in this franchise is one of, if not my favorite game of all time, Explorers of Sky. So I like to consider myself knowledgeable on what the franchise is. Okay, so in most Pokemon games, you play as a trainer. In this one, you play as a human who has woken up in the body of a Pokemon. You play as a Pokemon. To decide which Pokemon you play as, you first take a personality test. That personality test determines which Pokemon you are, which Pokemon's body you will inhabit. There's like a ton of different Pokemon that you can be. I played as a Psyduck when I played through my game, and it was so fun. And then you like choose a partner. You choose who your buddy is, and you go through the game as a pair. You are a rescue team, and you have a town, which is kind of like a hub. Think like Monster Hunter. You leave the town, you go on a mission, you get to the end of the dungeon, and you come back. The dungeons are randomly generated dungeons. That's why they're called mystery dungeons. You never know what's going to be inside of them or what the layout of them is going to be, and you don't really have a map. So you're exploring them, constantly trying to find the stairs to the next floor. And the idea is that before you leave your hub, you get a bunch of items, you get a bunch of tools that you want to bring with you, and you want to make sure that you have a balance of room in your backpack to collect stuff that you find in the mystery dungeon and enough tools to make sure that you get through the mystery dungeon. One of my favorite things about this game is that, in Pokemon, attacks are kind of like, okay. One of my favorite things about this game is that there's a spatial understanding. So you spend the whole game in these dungeons from this perspective, navigating them, trying to understand the space, and your attacks are part of that. So the whole game takes place on a grid, and if you're Psyduck and you have water gun, you can shoot your water gun several spaces in front of you on that grid. Whereas if you have tackle, the enemy has to be right in front of you. So it's turn-based, but it happens really fast. You take a step, another enemy takes a step. So this understanding of the mystery dungeon works in tandem with the combat mechanics of the game. And I think it creates a really compelling loop like that. In the top, you see that you also have a hunger meter, so you have to have resources to keep yourself fed as you go through the dungeon. Different battling styles for the Pokemon, exactly. So, and everybody has like their type advantages and stuff, so you have to think about that when you're going into a particular dungeon. I think it's really fun. People say that the games are repetitive. I don't really get that. I don't know how you don't find Pokemon games repetitive, but you do find this repetitive. I always thought that that was weird. But yeah, these games just really speak to me. So you see some of the combat happening here. There's traps in the dungeons that can mess you up. You know, you don't know what you're gonna see. And there's like a story, and every Pokemon is like a character. And the story is, I think, if you don't know how deep, like, it just goes places that I don't think anybody would expect. Man, I want to play this. I want to play this right now, chat. I want to play this right now. I love this game. This game would be higher on the list if I didn't know how good its sequel was. Frick, the sequel is so good. Oh my god. He's mega evolving. Oh my god. Yeah, these games are really fun. Oh god, look, he's done. Oh yeah, dude, you die in a dungeon, and you're like, oh no, I messed up. Dark Souls style, your bag gets dropped. You put out a code online. Somebody else plays the exact same dungeon that you were in. They get to where you dropped. They get your stuff. They revive you. They rescue you. They send you back, so now you can continue from where you left off, dude. So sick. So sick. These games rip.
Which items to bring with you is of utmost importance to your rescue team.
Oh.
So choose wisely and commence rescue.
I miss this game. Oh, I love it so much.
Rescue teams journey deep within Mystery Dungeon.
Look how nice it looks.
Somehow their layouts and item arrangements change each time you enter. Dungeons are inhabited by many Pokemon looking to battle.
See that flamethrower? Long range? Oh, legendary fight, fighting Articuno.
If your Pokemon's type has the advantage over your enemies.
I love fighting like big legendary. You know what this game does that the Pokemon games can't quite nail? Boss fights. Boss fights? Crazy. Crazy. Scale, I love that too. But like, the boss fight feels like this legendary Pokemon is a threat. Us three on the rescue team are all fighting this legendary thing, and we have to, or else we would lose. You divide its focus. You go over there, I'll go over here. It can only attack one of us at once. It won't face the other one. Like, great, I'm gonna go be bulky. I'm gonna go take its hits. You can shoot it with stuff from...
You'll level up.
I love this game.
Stronger. And you may learn some new moves too.
Yeah, dude. And contextualizing all the Pokemon moves in this setting is just really fun.
Plus, you'll learn useful capabilities.
Dude, useful capability known as a rare quality. New thing in this game, right? So the idea is that your Pokemon have like a special ability that helps them navigate the world or survive in it. This Pikachu has an ability that lets them demolish the literal walls of the dungeon and create their own paths at the cost of their hunger meter. Crazy.
And with WarioWare, you can disable any traps that come your way.
So cool. Yeah, it's just a cool game. Okay, I hope I sold one person in the chat on Mystery Dungeon. I think it is a criminally underplayed game. And I love it. I'm a big Mystery Dungeon head. I'm a big Mystery Dungeon head. You sold me. Okay, that's what I like to see. We need to convince Dusty to love Mystery Dungeon. No, he can't. Too much reading. Too much reading. It's too much. There's too much. Chad, if you haven't played it, please give it a try. It's so fun. Dusty doesn't like it? No, I don't think Dusty likes Mystery Dungeon. Yeah. Explorers remakes coming to Switch 2 Copium. Dude, get them on Switch 1. Get them now. Get them to me this fall. I need them to sell well. Okay, really quick sidebar. The people that make these games made a non-Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game for the Nintendo Switch, and I think it just came out on PC, and it came out last year. Fastest selling, really good selling Mystery Dungeon game. Serpent Coil Island or something. And it gave me confidence that we could see another Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game because that non-Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game sold so well. I was like, oh my god, they're in a good place. Let's go. Let's get the next Pokemon one. They're done developing that game. Let's move on. Let's do the Pokemon one now. Get hype. All right. Thank you for entertaining that. Okay. Wow. I have a true passion for Rescue Team DX. But do I like it more than Let's Go Pikachu? I think I do, dude. Am I crazy? Cat, I think am I crazy, dude? Oh my god. It's my list. I love Mystery Dungeon, dude. I love Mystery Dungeon. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to do this. I love Mystery Dungeon. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know that this is cringe. I know that this is cringe. I'm so sorry. I love Mystery Dungeon. I just like these games. They speak to me. I like these games. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. If it was the sequels, it would be Crown Jewel. I'm sorry. If it was sequels, it would be special. Okay? If it was the two sequels, it would be Crown Jewel. If it was Sky, special. I think that's probably my stance. Okay. Let's move on. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Ooh, this is tough. This is tough. This is tough, chat. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. I think, unfortunately, where this comes down to, thanks to how I defined my list before, Animal Crossing New Horizons is a game that I re-download onto my Nintendo Switch, and I don't touch. But I do think it's near the top of this list. And New Horizons was time and place. And I think my problem with New Horizons, I'm sorry, chat. It's a buh. I think my problem with New Horizons is that I don't think that I actually like it more than New Leaf on the 3DS. You know how I was saying before, the games that I can't imagine a better version of this being made. I can imagine a better version of New Horizons. They flopped a lot of stuff. I think I need an Animal Crossing game to just be better at online before I'm willing to say that it matters. It's great though. It's a cultural moment, time and place. You love to see it, but it's not I don't know. Yeah, I like New Leaf a lot. Being the mayor, dude. And I also gotta say, I think a lot of video games do this thing where they're sequels and they don't know where to go next, so they just make you God. Oh my god, Lamp, that's exactly where I was going. Just making you God is not interesting. It's not interesting. I want to be a man. I want to be a man on an island. I don't want to be God. All right. Good job. I don't know what this is. Okay. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Chat, I'm only a few hours into this game, but I don't care, dog. It's going in appealing. It's going right in the mix here. It's going right there for me. It's already going and appealing. All right. It's already going and appealing. And listen, maybe in a couple months I'll tell you Crown Jewel. Can't imagine anything better. But I have enjoyed it so much that I would already put it there. Easily. Maybe I'll get to the end and I'll say this speaks to my life experience in a way that I never thought was possible, and I'll put it in special. But for now, appealing. Clubhouse, 51 games, worldwide classics. Chat. I love this game. I love this game. I don't think people here know how much I love this game. You know what? Let me do a quick reshuffling, actually. I want to put that there, and I want to put this here. No, and I think for now I got to put this here, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I like this better. Okay. Clubhouse 51 games, worldwide classics, is just a good video game. It is exactly what it says it is. It is fun to pick it up, play some Mancala with my wife. It is fun to play the takoyaki game. It is perfect. It is, dude, Northbound, you and me, Mancala. We love that Mancala, dude. It is a good time. The toy tanks, the toy baseball. These, it delivers exactly what it promises. I really like it. Some of the games suck. It's not quite a crown jewel, but it's appealing. Such a good game. Such a great game for anyone to have in their Nintendo Switch library. All right. Jump rope challenge. This is stupid. This is going straight into, oh no, you can't see my camera. It's going into ew. Jump rope challenge? Ew. Just jump in place, you weird freak. Why do you need the game to tell you to jump? What's wrong with you? Are you some sick machine? Like, no. Ew. Ew. Oh, Pokemon Cafe Remix. Ew. I'm sorry. I'm never gonna download Pokemon Cafe Remix. I'm sorry. It's just not gonna happen. I just like I just don't care. So that's an ew. Paper Mario and the Origami King. So I don't know. That's a firm, I don't know. That's a firm, I don't know, chap. You know, I had a great time with Thousand Year Door last year. Origami King? I don't know. Would have to find out. Mario 3D All-Stars. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Oh, whoops. Nope, definitely not special. Definitely not special. Oh, I know exactly where this goes. It goes right above Link's Awakening. It goes right above Link's Awakening. Listen. These are not my Mario games. These are not them. I don't get Galaxy. We've been over this. Is it fun to go back and play these on Nintendo Switch? Absolutely. Is there inherent quality to them that Mario's just got that sauce? Absolutely. Nah. You know, it's like, when do I feel called to go, like, play Mario 64, Sunshine, or Galaxy? I don't know. I just don't. So, yeah, I think it's like, I enjoy the game for what it is more than I enjoy, like, the Link's Awakening remake. But, I definitely got more joy out of Super Mario Party, Yoshi's Crafted World, these other games, for sure. Kirby Fighters 2! That's going in the trash. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say ew a little bit more than Kirby Fighters 1. Because it makes me mad that they made a second one. Alright? Ew! Super Mario Brothers 35. This is a high ew. I don't care. I just don't care about this. I'm sorry. This is a high ew. This is gonna go right up there, right under Star Allies. I just don't care. I just find it uninteresting. I gotta tell you, Chad, they gotta stop trotting out that original Mario art style. I'm over it. I don't care. I never want to see it again. I don't care. All right. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. Dang. This is a fun game. I definitely derived some joy from this game. It's unfortunately going to go in that exact spot up here. I enjoy it. I think I'm going to put it right above. No, I'm going to put it right below 3D All-Stars, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. This is a good time. This is, if you set it up, if you do all the work, it's like more work than playing a VR game, but if you do all the work, it's actually a lot of fun. I think the technology is really cool and interesting, actually. I think that the cars are like hilarious. I like this game. I'm glad it exists. I have fun when I play it, but yeah, but there are games I have more fun with. Part-time UFO. I don't know what this is. Pikmin 3 Deluxe. This is an appealing video game. I played this for the first time on Nintendo Switch, and I loved it. I ate this game up. Chomp, 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 chomp. It was delicious. When this game came out, I was so into it. It was so fun. Yeah, I think I like this game right here, unappealing, right below Mario Tennis Aces. I think I was like disappointed when it was over and it ended a little too soon, but I really liked Pikmin 3 Deluxe. I thought it was a fun game. The Dandori of your three guys and switching between them. Where are they? Making sure everybody's doing their job, dude. So awesome. What a great game. I think it could use I think Pikmin 3 Deluxe could use a little bit more character. Like, its identity is a little fluid. Its identity is just Pikmin. It's just Pikmin, but more. I think it could have used a little bit more iconic imagery and other elements to kind of ground it and make it something you remember, something edged out a little bit better. But yeah, I really like Pikmin 3 Deluxe. 6% more spice. I like that take. I like that take a lot. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. The thing is that I like this game conceptually, and I even like playing it, but it is so dragged down by its performance to the point that I cannot play it. It makes me sick playing it. I am not this person. This is like one of 3 games I have ever dropped because the performance was too infuriating. Worse than Scarlet and Violet? Yes. Because Scarlet and Violet's gameplay does not demand... Scarlet and Violet's gameplay is largely unaffected by its performance. It's just ugly and annoying. Whereas a game like this, it is constantly present in a way that it feels like it impedes upon your ability to play the game. So here's the thing. This game could one day rise from the ashes. It could one day rise from the ashes. But for now, it's a cruh. It's a cruh. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This is my second favorite 3D Mario game. I don't even really care about Bowser's Fury. I just like Super Mario 3D World. Yeah, no, I think this game rips. I think this is one of the greatest of all time. The most fun, quintessential Mario multiplayer experience that you could ever have. Exactly what you want from this kind of game. It just delivers. The content goes on and on and on. So many different flavors of levels, really fun power-ups, levels designed in a way that's just, it's like perfect to play with a friend. Really, still really fun to play on your own. I love this game. I think that it meaningfully improves on the Wii U version, not just by being portable, not just by being handheld, but also the speed increase, the general running speed makes the game so much better. Like in a way that is, you cannot go back and play that Wii U one. It is so bad. Oh my God, it's so bad. It's just that speed thing, man. It's crazy. Appealing is what you haven't played yet. No. I've played. You need to interpret these tiers as feelings. Appealing is a game that makes you go, oh. And then the next category, you go, and then you go, you know what I'm saying? Deluxe makes you go, yeah, it does. Because sometimes I'm in that mood. Sometimes I want to play 2D Mario levels, and I have fun doing it. It does. Listen, it's at the bottom of appealing, but it does. It makes me do that. Like sometimes it sounds kind of nice. Thank you for the answer. Much clearer now. Excellent. All right. Yeah, 3D World's awesome, dude. Vibrant, dude. The Mushroom Kingdom, baby. 3D World. So much personality in that game, man. Artistically, it's just nice. That's Mario. Pac-Man 99. I just don't really care. I like Pac-Man. It's one of these things where the 99, that's cool. I think I just like Pac-Man more than I like the 99. So I think I like Tetris 99 more than Pac-Man 99, but I think I like Pac-Man 99 more than Super Mario Brothers 35. So this is gonna go in Cruh. Mystery Dungeon 99 when? In my dreams. New Pokemon Snap. This is definitely a buh. This is you download it and it sits on your home menu and then you go, I don't want to play this, and then you delete it. Kind of a similar game in a lot of ways to Animal Crossing New Horizons. It has its time and place. It is a nice game, and then you realize you're just not having that much fun and you never want to play it again. But a good game. When you first start it up, it has a lot going for it. I was really enjoying it, making my own photos when I started. I like it. I don't think it's amazing. And I do think it eventually gets to a point where they give you like 7 different things that you're, in every round you start up and you throw your thing and then you hit the whistle, then you throw the light ball, and it's just, you're just, but it's nice. It's nice. I think I'm going to put it, it's in this zone. I think I like it more than a lot of these. I think I'm going to put it right below 3D All-Stars. I could see myself... Yeah, that's where it goes. Yeah. I think Tetris 99 is too high. I don't know how it got that high. I think it was just because it came out soon and I put it on the list and I didn't touch it. Yeah, that's better. No, that's better. Man, is Pokken really the top of the buzz? I'm trying to think. Is there a game on here that I'm like, I guess I just like fighting games. I guess I'm just a mark. All right, we'll continue. Are you going to post this on Blue Sky for the world to see? I don't know. I think people will be too mean. You know what I mean? You need the context of me yapping for an hour. I'm sorry, 2 hours. I'm just gonna post this on YouTube. Oh God, I'm so annoying. Okay, let's continue. Famicom Detective Club. I really want to play these games. I really want to play Famicom Detective Club. Unfortunately, I have not made the time for it yet. I think I will really like these games. I think these are the kinds of, I typically like these kinds of games. Unfortunately, I am unfamiliar. Please make the time. I know. Okay. Miitopia. This is I think it's got some inherent cuteness, so I don't want to throw it into ew. It doesn't make me ew, but I do think it's the end of cruh. They're just not interesting, fun games to play, but they are kind of like cute and silly, and I think that matters. So that's all I got for you. Game Builder Garage. Ew. Not interested. I have never seen an ad, a tweet for Game Builder Garage that made me want to play it ever. Ew. Mario Golf Super Rush. That's a buh. This is I think this is a high buh though. I like it, dude. It's so disappointing. Let me just yap for a second. The fact that the beauty of Mario Golf has always been in the 3-button system. You start the little meter, you end the little meter, you hit it on the way back. Hear me out. Thank you very much. The fact that they eliminated that 3-button thing from Mario Golf Super Rush makes me so mad, chat. It makes me so mad. I cannot even tell you. And then they went further and they said, what if all of the holes in this game, the courses, what if they were all boring? Every single one. What if they were all boring? You fools! Yeah, they dropped the ball on this one. With that said, I still was able to derive some fun, some enjoyment from this game. So, for that reason, I'm actually going to put it right below Captain Toad. And I had more fun with it than I had any of these other games. The idea of like running to the ball and like hitting other people, like you have to run there, you have to go to your ball. It's not the worst idea. It's like a good idea. The idea is better than the execution, again. But, you know, it is what it is. All right. Skyward Sword HD. Okay. I have tried to play Skyward Sword HD 5 or 6 times at this point. Every time I try to play it, I get bored and I bounce off of it. It seems like the kind of game I would like. I really like the motion controls. I'm open to it. Unfortunately, oh my god, it's just so boring. I can't be in the desert dungeon and go into the room, get the thing I need to open the next door to go. It's just so, the pacing is awful. If they cut out the filler and hit me with the killer, I'd be all about it. But unfortunately, there are too many parts in this game that just feel slow as butt. And it makes me mad. So there's some good stuff here, but it's not working for me. But I always convince myself that I'm going to enjoy it more than I will. I'm going to do some moving around here, actually. Yeah, I think it's right. I think it's in the mix. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Skyward Sword. I wanna like it, but I wish. Man, maybe I should just watch a cutscene compilation. I just wish there wasn't so much. Like, I wish I could skip all the boring parts and just do the parts that mattered. Okay, I don't know. Pokémon Unite. I like Pokémon Unite. It's appealing, but it's the bottom of appealing. Okay? I think my thing with Pokémon Unite is that the idea of it is cool, and when it was announced, I was really excited about it, and I played a ton of it. Can you grade the game and the UI separately? Oh my god. If it wasn't for the menus and the onslaught of notifications, that it would definitely be higher up in appealing for sure. But unfortunately, you are married to that ugly nonsense. Yeah, like Unite is a game though that every so often I will play and I'll do some battles and I'll do some matches and I'll enjoy it. when they added Psyduck in, I just like very quietly re-downloaded Pokemon Unite, got Psyduck, played a bunch of games as Psyduck, and had a really good time. It's a competent game. I enjoy playing it. It appears to be competitive. I like service games. And I think having a Pokemon game that is like a MOBA is inherently a little cool. I think that's a good match, and it's cool that it happened. I'm glad it's here on a list of Switch games. I think it for me, yeah, I put it up there. Man, I gotta tell you, something doesn't sit right with me. Does it deserve to be there over DX? Yeah, I think it does. Pokemon Unite's getting more from me over time, whereas DX got it all from me at once. All right, here we go. WarioWare Get It Together. This is definitely appealing. I really like this game. I don't know if people here know how much I like this game. I think this game rules. Going right here, right above Clubhouse games. WarioWare Get It Together. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. This is not the right one. I was thinking of the other WarioWare game. This is not going here. I'm so sorry. This is going here. Here. Okay. I like WarioWare Get It Together. I think that it is fun. Unfortunately, it is one of those games. It's in this franchise, and it's not the one. It's not what you want from the. It's not what you want from the franchise. It's a good time to play through once as much as you want to play, but when you sit down and play a WarioWare game, you have better options. You have better options on this system. All right. Metroid Dread. Okay, let's talk. Metroid Dread. Chat, you know, I don't like Metroidvanias. I don't care for them. This is a rare... I beat this game. I actually beat this game. I played this all the way through. Shocking the world. And I think, chat, you need to understand how much I don't like Metroidvanias. So that is a pretty big compliment to this game. It was consistently engaging and entertaining, and there wasn't a bunch of dumb fluff. It wasn't just wasting my time. God bless. I'm gonna slot this right above U Deluxe. No, right below U Deluxe. Right below. It's right there. It's more appealing than Unite. Definitely gets appealing status. Maybe I like it more than U Deluxe. I think I do, actually. Yeah, you know, between Mario Deluxe, Donkey Kong, and Metroid Dread, I think I kind of want to play Metroid Dread the most. No, I'm sorry. It's this. It's above U Deluxe, below Donkey Kong. Would rather play Tropical Freeze. Sorry, chap. Okay. Sorry. Mario Party Superstars. What a great game. What a great game. Almost I'd say a must-have for any Nintendo Switch collection. Just, you know how I keep saying it's like what you want from the franchise? I think especially when this game came out, it was what you wanted from the franchise. And I do think there's still reason to play it even with Jamboree on the Switch. Different kind of Mario Party experience. I like it. Yeah, I like it. Putting it right above Aces. I like it a lot. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Overhated games. Not as offensive as people want you to feel about them. Not as offensive. But this will be our first this will be our first buh. This will be our first buh. Yeah, it's got that potential thing that Pokken's got, you know? It's got that lost potential. It's got that your head is swimming with ideas of what it could be. It's like fighting itself a little bit. This is a buh. I'm gonna put this, but I still enjoy the game, right? I'm gonna put this right below the Link's Awakening remake. No. No. I'm gonna put this. Yeah, I'm gonna put this higher. I like that there. Right above Tetris. Yeah, because I think like I'm so done on Pokemon Snap, but I could imagine a future for myself where I'm like, I'll go back. I'll do a dumb, brilliant diamond run for some dumb reason. All right. Big Brain Academy, Brain versus Brain. This is actually a really fun game. It's just like fun to, there's not a lot of content in it. It's extremely content light, but it is one of those just like, it's in the same category as like a 1-2 switch, I think, but maybe not quite as fun as a 1-2 switch. So I'm going to put this right below Hyrule Warriors. Surprisingly fun game though. Wish there was more to it. Same situation with 1-2 switch though, where I wish that there was more around the game to make into a game rather than just like the mini games that you keep repeating. Surprisingly fun game though. Not a lot of people have played it. Pokemon Legends Arceus. No. Oh my God. Special. Yeah, I like it there. I like it there on special too. Yeah, it's special. This is oh, chat's into this. Chat's into this. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is special. It's special. Real talk, chat, real talk. There have only been like a handful of games this generation that when they came out, they like became my life. My life. I was like consumed by them. And I think out of that handful, there were only a few that were as good, where I enjoyed them as much as I wanted to enjoy them. And Legends Arceus is one of those games. I just lived in that world. I lived in it. You know, some of these other games that are up here in special, Mario Odyssey, Zelda, there's been this theme of they're about exploration. And to me, I think I've heard a lot of people say that Legends Arceus is a game about exploration. I kind of disagree. I think it's a game about the specific like discovery aspect of exploration, which I think the game contextualizes as research. To me, it's like you catch a bunch of Pokemon, you see it do this move a bunch of times, it fills out those pages in your Pokedex. That is how the game is dramatizing research. But the way that research actually exists in the game is you see a Pokemon out in the wild and you respond to it, the player. I remember so many times like seeing out in the distance a big alpha Pokemon with the red eyes and having a reaction to that. And that Pokemon being out there manipulating where I went on the map next, whether I wanted to approach it and challenge it or avoid it completely. And like a Pokemon game manipulating me in that way with a threat was so cool. And I think that like Pokemon games have gotten a little bit stale with the 3D models. A lot of the time I hear people be like, no, but Scarlet and Violet, they upgraded the 3D models. Yeah, they did. If you're like a Pokemon head that like looks really close at them and goes, oh, look, they now instead of PS1 textures, they have PS2 textures. Wow. And I think what Legends Arceus did is that it made it exciting to see Pokemon in the wild again, not just for the screenshot of how they look, but for their context. Where are the Pokemon? What are they doing? How do they respond to me? Can I challenge them? Like, what is my relationship to them out here in the wild? What other Pokemon are they with? What are they doing? Like, I don't know, man. observing a Pokemon became fun again in a way that it hadn't been since I was a kid, getting a new Pokemon game and looking for what the new sprite was for my favorite Pokemon. A lot of personality in Legends Arceus too. The side quests. I still think about that Mr. Mime that was screwing with the town, making the invisible walls all over the place. Dude. Yeah, some like good jokes in the game. Also like some great moments. Some great moments in Legends Arceus. Some of like those like boss fights at the end, truly surprising, really fun. Finally, after, you know, nearly 30 years of this franchise, we were running around in the world with complete control of the camera, controlling our movements, controlling the throwing of the Pokeball. Man, dude. Like, just Legends Arceus was like a new way to inhabit the Pokemon world, and it did that. It did that in its context, in its story, in its gameplay systems. It was a new way to be in that world that felt good. Yeah, Legends Arceus, special game. I was consumed by it, absolutely consumed. And then of course, seeing a shiny Pokemon out in the wild, and like, I don't know, it's one of the good games in terms of like epitomizing that moment. Yeah. Absolutely despise the origin forms of Palkia and Dialga, though. Agreed. They're terrible. They're terrible. What were they thinking? All right. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. That's a crown jewel. That's a crown jewel. That's the best Kirby game. It's not even close. It's not even close. Where do they go next? Where do they go next? I think like, so I played Kirby and the Forgotten Land late. I didn't play it the year it came out. I played it the year after. And I was like, dang, I can't believe I missed this. Just a game that gets better and better the more you play it. I think it's like what a Kirby game should be. It's more than like the 3D-ness of it. I think it was just like it understood the assignment of being okay. You know what Kirby and the Forgotten Land really understands? It's like those little missions that you go on that are power specific. And it's like, okay, you have to make use of this power in all of the ways. You have to prove that you're actually good at using this power. And it's not just like a projectile that you use to kill a mindless AI enemy in front of you. The fact, I don't know, like it was the rare Kirby game that was like, we can develop an idea past its introduction mechanically. Really great time with it. Yeah, man, I kind of want to pick that up. I want to play that again. Every time I hit a crown jewel or a special game, I start talking about it and I'm just like, damn, take me back. How we doing? Okay, we're getting close. We're getting close, chat. God bless. This has been a big I can't believe I did this today. The Switch 2 got announced today. What are we doing here, chat? All right. Switch Sports. This is the top of buh. The very top of buh. I like Switch Sports a lot. Unfortunately, it is a victim of its own potential. Fun game. Overhated. It should have been more. It should have been more. It was close. Needed more sports. Needed more content around the sports. Just like, no boxing. No dodgeball. It needed more new sports, like soccer, dude. The soccer was fun, too. Yeah, you're right. You're with me, chat. You're with me. Needed more new sports. Needed to have an identity. But like that sword fighting game, that shit's fun. That shit's extremely fun. All right. What a good time. Man, is it buh or is it appealing? No, it's buh. You know why it's buh? Because I don't want to go back to it, but I want the next one. That's a buh. Mario Strikers Battle League. Okay. This is a buh. So disappointing. I'm gonna say that this slightly edges out Mario Golf, and I think I like it more than Captain Toad. But I think that's as far as I'm willing to go with it. This was a game that I wanted to play for over a year. I wanted to play this game all the time. And then I played it for a month. Oh. One of my first big videos at Game Explain was like, Jake is concerned about Mario Strikers Battle League. And everything I said in that video was 100% correct. They did so, and everybody got so mad at me because I wasn't being a Nintendo fanboy. Yeah, I was on Game Explain. I quit in January of last year. Everybody got so mad at me. And, like, things that hurt the game that people did not understand. One, the fact that, okay, in the old Mario Strikers games, you picked a captain, and that made it, you were a bespoke team. You had a color, you had jerseys, and then you picked little minions. This made it so that your captain, the prominence of your captain, had impact. It meant something. They were a special member of your team, and it created an identity around that team. The fact that in Mario Strikers Battle League, you just are like mixing and matching the same characters on every side, it makes it impossible to, like, they're just they're meaningless. The teams are just meaningless. It's just stupid. Like, there's no identity to get attached to. You play online, you're just playing the same. No, you don't remember anything. It's all it's stupid. Oh, God. Oh, my God. And then making the pitch smaller is like, no, but you could pick actual teams in the old games too, because you could pick a Boo and a Toad and a Dry Bones, but your captain was special. Your captain had a role. When your captain had the ball, that meant something. It informed the metagame. Ah! Okay. And then they made the pitch much smaller, which meant that the your movement options were far more limited, and it was like, so much of that game came down to just like rock, paper, scissors, or like who between you and your opponent was better at just like deking the other one out. Yeah, really disappointing game. Really disappointing game. I think it just put these like weird limitations on us that made like every game kind of feel the same. Yeah, disappointing. I'm sorry to do this, chat. I'm sorry to do this. We have to take another bio break. I'm so sorry. It'll be the last one before this video is over. And we're back. Our next game, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Okay, I think this is going to be one of our big shocks. This is going to be one of our big shocks. I actually like this game a lot. I think that this game does a really good job of, you know, okay, so in Fire Emblem 3 Houses, there's like this gameplay loop of you're talking to your friends at the school, you're doing your social links, and then you go back out and you go into battle. And I actually think that the Warriors gameplay is lifted and heightened by the balance of going back to the school and doing the social links with your friends. I actually think that that's a nice, there's actually nice interplay there in a way that the interplay in Fire Emblem, like 3 Houses itself, it works. It like works in a similar way. And I could see people even like preferring the rhythm of this kind of game. Yeah, I really liked it. I like ate this game up when I played it, so I really liked it. I know I think I like this more than most people do, but it's still like a Warriors game at the end of the day. So I'm not like gaga over it. I don't even know if it's appealing. Yeah, I kind of think maybe it's just the top of buh. Yeah, I think it's the top of buh. No, it's the bottom of appealing. It's the bottom of appealing. I liked it. Let's be honest. Xenoblade 3, you know how it is. I don't know. Unfortunately, that's straight to the I don't knows. Sorry, Xenoblade 3. Man, there are a few games I know as little about than Xenoblade 3. Because you know what it is? You just, when you're out on a franchise like that, every time somebody says something to you about that game, you just, it's gibberish. Gibberish, dude. Okay. Kirby's Dream Buffet. I cannot believe that they managed to make a game this boring. This is a cruh. This is a bottom of the cruh. Kirby's Dream Buffet. What a joke. Oh my god. You play it once and you go, well, okay, that was... You seen it once, you seen it all. Kirby's Dream Buffet. So stupid, dude. Splatoon 3. A good game. Too iterative. I wish it was more. I still like it, though. I really wish it was more, though. You're going right here. Right here. Yeah, that's right. It's a buh. Buh. Did you play the roguelite DLC? No. I hate Splatoon single player content so much that even my love of roguelites... I know. But I dislike Splatoon single player so much that I let it overcome me. And you know how much I love roguelites. Brutal. All right. Here we go. Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Dear God, chat, I cannot believe that they flubbed this game. It is I put Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle in Crown Jewel. Sparks of Hope is garbage. All of the personality had been sucked out of the game. It became way more meandering, boring. Every world is uninteresting. It takes so long to get into a battle. Ew! Ew! Ew. Kirby's Dream Buffet is better than Sparks of Hope. It's because it's so offensive that they took a thing I liked so much and just lost the magic. Said, goodbye, magic! Goodbye! Oh my god. It makes me so mad. Bayonetta 3, couldn't care less. That is an ew. That is an ew. I'll put it above Fire. I'll put it all the way up there though, since you know it's a new Bayonetta game. I guess it's the only console you can play it on. I don't know. I have no interest in playing a game like that on this system. It just doesn't. I don't know. Joey reviewed it when I was at Game Explain, and he was like, don't play it. He was like, I like it. You don't need to play it. All right. Okay. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Appealing. I'm so sorry. Listen. The games, they're great games. They're great games. They are so ugly. They are so profoundly ugly. Some of the ugliest games I've ever played. But they're good games. I've talked about Pokemon extensively. You don't need me to do that here. I think people forget how good the A to B is in Scarlet and Violet when you first start that game up, when you're introduced to the open world, when you're going around doing the Team Star missions, fighting the Titans, doing the gyms. That stuff's really good. A lot of the Pokemon stuff is like really good in the game. Unfortunately, it never looks good. Never. It never, so let that sink in. It never looks good. But the game is good. Fire Emblem Engage. That's a new. That's going right. That's going. I'm gonna give it the top of the use. That's a new. Ew. Not interested. Yeah. Whoever. Okay. Well, hours ago when I did Fire Emblem Three Houses, somebody in the chat said Three Houses a catfished us all into buying Fire Emblem Engage, and that comment was so true, dude. That was so true. I was like, wow, they did catfish me, dude. And then I start that game up, and I just want everybody to shut up, dude. Shut up. Oh my god, so annoying, dude. Oh my god, it looks annoying, it sounds annoying, yeah. Oh my, I would have to go back and play it. Fire Emblem is annoying in a way that might be problematic. If I like close read those games, if I went back, some of those characters, man, I don't know what happened to them. I don't know what happened to the people that were putting 3 houses together. Oh God. Metroid Prime Remastered. I just don't understand Metroid Prime. I have long said that I need somebody to sit with me and play Metroid Prime and explain to me what they like about it so much. Like I like it. I just don't get why everybody else likes it so much. So I'm gonna put it right below the 3D All-Stars collection. I'd rather play Mario. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I know that I don't get it. I'm open to getting it in the future. But I just think it's kind of dull. Sorry. Yeah, I just think it's kind of dull. Okay. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. This is unfortunately a cruh. This is a cruh. This is, I think, right below Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I actually want to put Age of Calamity above Mario Maker. That's how much I don't care about Mario Maker. Yeah, it's just like, I think like Super Mario 3D World is like Mario in the way that like, oh my God, this is like the platonic ideal of Mario. I think Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe thinks that that's what it is for Kirby, but it's just kind of like boring. It's just kind of like, I don't know. It's like so hard to play this after playing Crown Jewel Forgotten Land. It's just uninteresting. It's exactly kind of what I said before about like how it doesn't develop ideas. I don't know. I think it's just so like the same. Planet Robobot is so much better. It's just not for me. I've seen what Kirby can be. This isn't it. It turns me off from ever playing Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Now, if I could play the whole game as DDD, then we'd be talking. Bayonetta, Cereza, The Lost. I'm not even gonna do the automatic Bayonetta to you because I don't even know what this is. This is like the baby Bayonetta. This is gonna go straight into the I don't know. I don't know nothing about no baby Bayonetta. Advance Wars 1 and 2, never played any of these, barely even know what they are. That's going straight into the I don't knows as well. That's going straight to the I don't knows. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It's appealing. Bungle, how dare you? How dare you hit me with this is the meat? Did I give it too much? No. Okay. I think the finale of Tears of the Kingdom is one of the best in the series. Yeah, so this is where me and a lot of people diverge. I find Tears of the Kingdom to lack a lot of meaning. And I think that a lot of the stuff that I talk about with Tears of the Kingdom is that, I talked about this a little bit in my last Xenoblade video. The idea of something being a narrative contrivance versus something having a sense of narrative inevitability. It was always meant to be this way. I think that like, why is Zelda being a dragon cool? Why is that cool to people? It is cool for no reason outside of the sentence I just said, because Zelda is a dragon and that is cool. And then I know people always want to fight with me when I make this point, but then it's like, no, Jake, that's not true. It's cool because it happened this many years ago and she was stuck being a dragon for this many years and blah, 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 blah. And I just like, I don't find that the game is interested in excavating that, in letting any of that like permeate what's going on in the game. I feel like it forgot what was like special about Breath of the Wild, which was like boots on the ground, seeing something, going to it. It's all about having moments right here. And Tears of the Kingdom, I think, says, but what if scope? What if Animal Crossing, powers of God? And it just sucked a lot of the fun out of it for me. every time you beat one of the dungeons and you had to listen to the little buddy be like, "Oh, young nut, let me tell you, sweet young, I am going to give you the same speech that every single one of the other guardians will give you when you beat theirs. I don't care." The Demon King, the Secret Stone. Yeah. Media, particularly literature, has such a strong history of telling stories out of order, why you do that, what you're communicating to a player when you choose to tell a story out of order. And I feel like Breath of the Wild actually understands that, and it's part of the story that they are telling. Tears of the Kingdom is told out of order, out of a convenience to the player, because it has to, because they decided something about its gameplay and then made the story fit into being told out of order. It's nothing is meaningful. Nothing is meaningful. The mechanics in the game. Link loses his arm and gets a special magic arm, and nobody cares. There are no consequences. Link is just like, cool, I have video game abilities now. And well, as Anuma said, gameplay first, story second. They both inform each other though. Gameplay informs story. The choices that you make in your gameplay are because you want your player to feel a certain way. That is storytelling. Gameplay is story. And I gotta tell you, I really push back on that. This the creator pursued gameplay over story, then why does the game start like The Last of Us? Zelda and Link together, buddy in that cave. You're literally squeezing through small areas. It is the most cinematic part of the entire game. Is the first thing you experience in that game is trying to tell you that this is a more cinematic story, and it's about relationships between people, and then never again. Dude. So annoying. This game cares about its story. Actually, no, it doesn't. And then everything that happens in the game. Okay. This is my last thing I'm going to say. Then I'm going to move on. I think that ideas in Tears of the Kingdom don't develop. I think you can watch any cutscene from Tears of the Kingdom completely out of context, and get just as much from it as if you had all the context in the world. Because there's no thread. I don't know. And then I gotta say, I also think I have a problem too with the powers in the game. I think that they're more technically impressive than they are meaningful. It's Link being able to lift stuff and glue stuff together. To me, it's immersion breaking almost, because it's such a video game tool that it makes me see the world as a video game instead of a world where I have tools to dominate the world, tools to explore the world, manipulate it to my advantage. It makes me feel like I am a god in a video game sandbox, and everything just feels more like a video game because of that. And also a lot of the combat and stuff like that, it just went in a direction I did not care for. It's oh, okay, I gotta pull up the menu so that I can attach something to my arrow so that it does. That's not fun to do. It's not fun to fuse I don't know. The actions lose meaning because you are pursuing an end game from a video game perspective to get an answer you want, rather than inhabiting a perspective. When you are going through the menus to fuse something to your arrow, what is Link doing? It doesn't exist. There is no Link. It's just you, the video game player, navigating a menu. So dumb. Ugh. Loses all sense of itself. And yet it's still high quality. It's still very technically impressive, and you can still make a lot of fun for yourself in the game. I just don't think it's anywhere near as meaningful as Breath of the Wild. All right. Pikmin 1 and 2. I really like Pikmin 1 and 2. I'm a Pikmin 2 over Pikmin 1 guy, so these are just going to be personal preference. I'm going to go Pikmin 1 in the pros, because I'm never going to re-download it, even though I respect what it is. So I'm going to put that right there. Pikmin 2, I'm going to put a little bit higher into the buzz. Yeah, I like Pikmin 2 a lot. Boom. Everybody 1-2 switch. That's a cruh. It's not an ooh, but it's the lowest cruh we've got so far, for sure. Lowest cruh. Just not interested. Had a couple of good ideas. There's no reason to ever download that game, though. Nobody's playing that game. You're not getting anybody to play everybody's 1-2 switch with you. You're better off playing 1-2 switch. It's just worse than that. Like, you're going to have way more fun playing 1-2 switch. Hey, you want to play with the actual machine, or do you want to play with your phone? All right. Pikmin 4. I think that this is the best Pikmin game that they've done so far, but it's not quite the crown jewel. I think the crown jewel is still to come, but I like this game a lot. I think this game understands what it's supposed to be more than Tears of the Kingdom. So it's going above there, it's going above there, it's going above there, it's going right there. Yeah, great game, Pikmin 4. The change to the perspective, really smart. Ochi as a thing that exists, loved it. It's a little too easy. It's a little too smooth. I think the game is like really focused on being playable. And I think that takes away some of what people like about Pikmin, but I still think it's the best. I think it's the best one in the franchise. I think Pikmin needed to be a little more playable. F-Zero 99. This game's a good time. It has its fanatics in the Nintendo fan community. I don't think it's that good. It's still like a very simple game, but what it does is I think it gets me excited about the future actually good looking F-Zero game that like I actually want to play more and invest in, and there's more nuance to the controls. Yeah, people go crazy for this game in a way that I think it's a lot of old head Nintendo fans just trying to signal to their audience like, no, I'm a real Nintendo fan. I like F-Zero. And I don't care about that. So still fun. I'm going to put it, I think I like it more than Tetris 99. I'm going to put it right there. Detective Pikachu returns. I played this game on stream at Game Explain. This game is so bad. And I like Pokemon. But it's bad. God, it was so boring, chat. It was so boring. That was such a painful stream. Listen, for my boss at the time to not stream a launch day game and to have somebody else stream it, you knew that game was going to be terrible, okay? You knew that was the first sign that you were not in for a fun day. Man, that game was boring. God, and it didn't even look good. Like, if you're going to make the scope this big, you got to have graphics that don't look like poo-poo. Like, oh, God, terrible. Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Love Super Mario Brothers Wonder. What a fun game. My like critical evaluation of Mario Wonder is that it's a little overhyped. I think that it's like a solid 8.5 the whole game, and it never dips below that. The consistency in the levels is very strong, but it never peaks. The bosses are terrible. Unbelievably bad boss fights. Really, really bad boss fights. In a way that's like, what is going on with you guys? The Wonder Flower as a concept is like kind of dumb. I like what it did for what they were willing to do with the levels, but I also think that they could have just made interesting levels that let you transform and stuff. And like there being like weirdly two versions of the level. It doesn't like, I don't know, but really fun game. Made way more fun playing co-op with a buddy. I like it more than Mario Deluxe. I like it more than Tears of the Kingdom. I think I like it more than a lot of these games. But I don't quite like it as much as like my Pokemons and those games at the top. I gotta say, I don't think... Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Sorry. I just don't like Mario Kart that much. But I've had some good times playing it. I've had some really good times playing it. It did its job. Yeah, no, that was mean of me. That was mean of me. I honestly, yeah, this is good. I feel good about this. I feel good about this. I'm sorry. I was doubting myself. I feel good about my rating. Okay. WarioWare Move It. This was the game I was talking about before. I really like this game. I think this game's incredibly fun to play in co-op. It has a great campaign mode that you can play with another person the entire way through. It's just a fun game, a good WarioWare game. It's got the exact right amount of jank with the Joy-Con. I really like it. I think that this is it's not the best WarioWare game in the whole franchise, but it does a really good job of articulating what WarioWare is about and what it should be. Yeah, I like it a lot. Right? Right there. Yeah, really nice. Super Mario RPG. I think that this game isn't very good. I wish it was changed more from its original version. I think that the original version had some charm that this one actually kind of lost. And I was ultimately disappointed with the remake, which I think might have been a hot take. I also think that removed from its original context, it's just not as interesting and weird and funny. And I think there's too many people that are willing to be like, "Oh, Mario RPG is so weird. Isn't that awesome and cool?" That how we and I'm just like I don't know. It would be fun if at the end you ordered the I don't knows by how good you think they'd be. I will do that. Please remind me to do that. I think that weirdness is not enough. The game's just kind of boring. It's not enough. It's just kind of boring. It's a buh. It's a buh. It's the bottom of the buzz. It's a little less boring than Skyward Sword. No, it's more boring than Skyward Sword. Just barely. Sorry. Another code? I don't know. That's a big I don't know, another code. Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I actually have been wanting to play this lately, but as of now, it is an I don't know. Super Princess Peach. I've really been wanting to play this late. I might buy this soon. I really want to play Princess Peach Showtime. I'm itching for it. I don't know why. But I don't know. I didn't play it. I skipped it. Endless Ocean, I skipped it. Wow, chat. This is the year that I stopped working at my video game YouTube channel, and I finally could not play. I could comfortably skip Nintendo first party releases. I look at me. Nope. No, oh my god. Paper Mario. The 1,000-Year Door. That's a crown jewel. That's a crown jewel, baby. I don't have the context of knowing the GameCube game. So to me, this was just a Paper Mario RPG that I played for the first time this year. And I think for an RPG to entertain you from beginning to end the whole time is just a feat. I love that story. I'm so glad I got to experience that world and get to know all those characters. I'm so attached to all those characters still. I still remember them well. Professor Frankly will live in my mind for the rest of my life. Iconic, memorable. That things an RPG needs to be. Yeah, really nice. Really nice. Luigi's Mansion 2. Ew. Worst Luigi's Mansion game. Got a remake. Nobody wanted it. Nobody asked for it. Who cares? Luigi's Mansion is like nice. I'm into it. I get it. But ew. Nintendo World Championships NES edition. That's a cruh. That is a solid cruh. Nintendo made a leaderboard chasing game without friend leaderboards. Dum-dums. I made a video in which I called that a bad game on YouTube. You can watch that whole video. Dude, I got so much hate for my take on this game. And guess what? Nobody's playing it anymore, baby. Nobody cares about Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. And I said it before, I'll say it again. Stop trotting out those goddamn NES games. Stop it. I don't care. I never want to play these NES games again. Retire them. Retire them forever. Move on. Move on to the goddamn Super Nintendo, for Christ's sakes. Listen, like, enough is enough. Emio the Smiling Man, unfortunately, that is another I don't know. I'm so sorry. I want to play it desperately. Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I've been thinking about this game in the background while we've been doing this stream. It's been chewing around in my head. I made a video and I wrote an essay doing some light criticism of this game last year. So I think people think I'm going to be really negative on it, but the truth is that I still like the game. I just don't think it's what everybody says it is. Nor do I think it's as inventive, special, or new. But I still think it's like fun, even if you're just kind of like going through the motions. I'm gonna slot that in right above BDSP, right below Metroid Prime Remastered. Yeah. I'm just making sure this makes sense. Yeah, it's a buh. It was all right. Okay. Mario Party Jamboree. Personally, this is my favorite Mario Party on the Switch. I really like Mario Party Jamboree. I think it's the most conducive Mario Party game to playing with my friends, playing with normal people. I think it's the best Mario Party game on the console, like, easily. I just like it. I like all of the mechanics. I like how explosive it can be. I like the Jamboree buddies, giving somebody an opportunity to have a crazy turn. I think it's really nice. High appealing on Jamboree for me. High appealing. Yeah, I think I like it right there. Yep. Mario and Luigi Brothership. Ugh. This is a buh. We're gonna be nice. This is a buh. I gotta say, I'm so sorry. I've been looking at this. There's some cruz. Some cruz are at the bottom of the buzz, and I gotta move them down. Cadence of Hyrule, that's a cruh. I'm so sorry. Super Mario RPG, that's a cruh. It's a cruh. It's a high cruh, but it's still a cruh. Skyward Sword, I'm keeping in the buzz. Anyways, Mario and Luigi Brothership, it's making its way up to buh. It has an appeal. The beginning is so bad. Oh my god, the characters are such a waste. The characters are okay. So remember how I was talking about Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. The characters, memorable, iconic. I remember them. They endeared themselves to me. Mario and Luigi Brothership, I wish, dude. I wish. I find the characters to be hard to listen to. And there's just nothing interesting about them, really. Even when there's like twists and stuff, it's like, I don't know. It's like the thing that's interesting is the twist, not the character. I like the combat. I like the zones. I like exploring the zones. It's just, it's missing key ingredients of an RPG. This is going to be a right below. I think I like it a little bit less than Echoes of Wisdom. But I think it's right there. Yeah, you got to be good to cross that Pokemon barrier. It's true. Those guys, because I got to be really honest. And I got to be like, come on. I love playing these Pokemon games on my Switch. Do I really like playing? Like, what am I really down to clown with and play with more than these games? Man, Arms really snuck high up in there. We gotta move Arms down. I don't know what I'm thinking with this. Yeah, Arms is here. Okay. Oh, and that's it. Okay, and that's it. And then my last I don't know is Donkey Kong Returns HD and Xenoblade Chronicles X, because that game is not out yet. Okay. Now let's order the I don't knows. Before the list is finalized, let's order the I don't knows in the order I think that they are. What is the best game here? Okay, based on Xenoblade, I'm gonna go Xenoblade 3 is the best. The best I don't know here. I think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 will disagree with me, so I'm gonna move that one over. I'm gonna say, okay. Okay, this is looking good. There's some of these I truly don't even really know what they are, so I'm just like, I don't know. Okay, I think this is it. Yeah, there's a few here that I'm like, I don't even know what these are. I'll give brain training a bump. Okay. So in the I don't know category, I'm going to say Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Emio the Smiling Man, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Another Code. I just think I would like that game. Xenoblade 2, Famicom Detective Club, Princess Peach Showtime, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Country Returns, Paper Mario Origami King, Brain Training, Stretchers, Good Job, Part-Time UFO, Advance Wars 1-2, Endless... No, I'm going to put Advance Wars 1-2 up to after Paper Mario. The Stretchers, Good Job, Part-Time UFO, Endless Ocean Luminous. I just don't think that game's for me. And then Cereza and the Lost Demon. I just can't imagine liking Baby Bayonetta. So there you go. Okay. So this is it, chat. We've made it to the end. Oh, mama. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this stream. And if you are watching the VOD, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. At the top are special games, the games that will echo throughout my memory of the Nintendo Switch for years to come. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And then I'm doing this because if there's anything that I want to rearrange, I'm going to rearrange them. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, Pokemon Legends Arceus. I like that order. I think that is my true order. That is how I feel about these things. This is the only one I'm considering. Breath of the Wild to number 1. But I think I love Smash. I think it's got to be Smash. Okay. The Crown Jewels, Super Mario 3D World, Ring Fit Adventure, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and Kirby The Forgotten Land. I like that order too. That order feels right to me. I think I'm going to make one adjustment. I'm going to put you there. There you go. Okay. Fire Emblem got a little bump up. Fun stream. Thank you so much for coming through. Okay. This one I think will have some rearranging. I let this one go a little bit. Appealing. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Pokemon Scarlet. I think I need to be true to myself. And even no, I love Rescue Team DX. These are neck and neck. These are neck and neck. I'm going to give it to Scarlet. I really like Scarlet. Even if it is ungodly hideous. Ungodly. I'm going to give it to Scarlet. Luigi's Mansion 3, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's getting the bump down. I'm sorry. It's going right there. Luigi's Mansion 3, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Pokemon Sword, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This is just me. It's who I am. I'm sorry. If Scarlet looked good, would it be special? Scarlet needed to have 3 things. Okay? Much stronger art direction in general, not just technically look good. It needed to look good, but also have a stronger vision for how it wanted to look. The performance needed to not be a complete and utter train wreck. And 3, the pacing of the actions in the game is wrong. Doing anything in the game feels start and stop. Part of that is the performance, and part of that is just the way that the games were built. But like, when you run into a Pokemon in the wild, the pause, the step back, the initiating of the battle, now you're in a battle, now you're making a choice, that needed to be so much smoother. It is so It's very bad. And most actions in the game have that kind of like the smoothness isn't there. And part of what makes Legends Arceus special for me is that I stay in the world. I don't lift from it because it's a video game. Because the smoothness of you see a thing you want to pick up, you throw your Pokeball at it, you keep running, it happens on its own. It's smooth. You get into a fight with a Pokemon, you throw your Pokemon out there, it just starts. You're in control of all those things. They happen the way you think that they should happen. It is smooth. Pokemon should be a smooth experience, always. That should be important to the game's core vision. So yeah, that kind of thing's important to me. Like voice acting in the chat, I get that. But like, that would have been nice. I don't think it would have. I think the game would be like, if it still had all the issues it had, yeah, it wouldn't move the needle for me. I would like it, but it wouldn't move the needle. ARMS, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, Clubhouse, 51 games. Okay, I feel pretty good about the rest of this list. I'm not going to read every single game. I just want to see if there's anything here. I feel pretty good about this. This feels right. This feels right. Okay, the Buzz. You got Nintendo Switch Sports, Pokken Tournament DX. Yeah, I like Pokken Tournament a lot. I do. I don't know. I think it's maybe a little bit too high. The Buzz are tough because the Buzz, you have that like bit of complacency with the Buzz, which is by design. So it's kind of easy to move them around. I like what I have here though. The Crows. What's the best Crow? Let me see. You know what? I'll give it to Mario Maker 2 over Hyrule Warriors. No, I'm giving it to Hyrule Warriors. I'm sorry. I want Hyrule Warriors to be better, and I want Super Mario Maker 2 to be a new game. This one I want to play more. Yeah. Ew. Fire Emblem Engage, Mario plus Rabbids, Kirby Star Allies, Luigi's Mansion 2, Mario 35. Yeah, I feel good about this. Ew. I don't want to play these games. And then the I don't knows. Wow, chat, we did it. That's the stream. That's the list. Oh my god. Oh my god, we did it. Hello, you've arrived. This is the end of the video. If you made it to the end of the stream, thank you so much for being with me, spending some time with me today as we went through every single Nintendo first-party game through my sweet, sweet little brain. If you made it to the end of the VOD, oh my god. Thank you so much. Leave a comment. Tell me about I want to know about your specials, okay? I want to know what game, dude, if you've got something you want to say to me about what game was special to you on Nintendo Switch, leave a comment in this video. I would love to hear about it. And if you've got a surprising ew, I would also like to hear that as well. Thank you so much for watching it. You made it. Give yourself a pat on the back. I'll see you next time. Bye.